Cast ahoy and g'day once again to ye mateys! I be your tired and shagged out host, Josh the Pirate, and it brings me an almost reprehensible amount of delight to welcome you back to Corso's Cove for another One Shot Wednesday! Increasingly inaccurately named One Shot Wednesday. With me, I have me hearty crew, the investigative Karen Schlink, the commanding Daria Surname Redacted, the shrewd Brendan Ellis, and our special guests for this evening, the intimidating Ardanna, and that steely-eyed missile man, Tony Karlstrom, our DM for this evening. So, let's talk about these marvelous people. Hey, Omi, good to see ya. Daria, who the absolute heck are you?
I'm the absolute hacking Daria. I play D&D and apparently now different systems because take a part in one shot, they said. It's going to be a little trip into another system, they said. Meanwhile, 3 weeks in, but never mind. I play D&D here and on the Eldritch Scribe Twitch channel. I also do arts. You can see it here, there, everywhere, and that's me. Hello.
Splendid. Karen, who the absolute heck are you?
I am Karen, sometimes known as the mother of bunnies. I am a writer, a performer, an internet addict. I'm trying so very, very hard. Does this count? Oh dear. You can follow me on Twitter, mother of bunnies, because they won't let me have of bunnies. Dumb reasons. You can also follow my burlesque alter ego, Miss Lola Moore, on Instagram. Last video is me burning part of my costume off live on stage. Have fun. And you can also listen to my dulcet tones on the D&D podcast, There Be Dragons, link in chat, or just look it up on your favorite podcasting platform.
Brendan, who the heck are you?
Hello, I'm Brendan Ellis. I'm an actor and director. I'm not really doing anything else, so let me tell you, I just started watching the TV series Lucifer the other night, and it is okay.
I don't know what you expected. Like, why Lucifer? Tell me this. Why?
I've heard lots of good things about it. People are like, oh my God, have you seen Lucifer? Oh, it's so sick. And it's been on like my radar for a while. I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh, this is just like Castle, but with Satan.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Why? Who are those people that say, oh, Lucifer is sick?
To be fair, we were doing a play about Judas at the time, so it was maybe a little more relevant.
Listen, I love Teen Wolf. I'm not gonna say it's a good show. Like, it's not sick.
Well, I don't think Brendan's saying that either. Alrighty, cool. And Ardanna, who the absolute heck are you?
Hi, I hope I'm actually here.
Yep.
Yeah, because my sound just died suddenly in my headphones. I lost my train of... Oh yeah, I am a variety streamer from Sweden. I am currently melting, and for some reason my light has decided I need to look like a lobster. I play D&D and for recently Minecraft over on my channel, so if you want to see me absolute fail at least one of those on a weekly basis, hop on over. Say hi.
And Tony, who the heck are you?
I am the fat little dungeon master that's gonna try to make everybody have a great time tonight.
Thank you very much.
You better have a good time, or so God, I swear.
Yes, Tony.
Yeah.
I will come to your house,
strike you down.
And
steal
Madame and
things from
Monsieur,
your
Dame Underherren, and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I be Josh the Pirate, and you can find me here on my channel, where we run D&D and other roleplay games like Mutant Chronicles. I did one yesterday evening, had a look at the Mecha hack, which looks pretty good, and I want to try it. It's not quite right for what I want to do with it, but it's totally right for doing other stuff with, and I really want to try it. So, yeah, we're expanding our horizons, metaphorically, chemically, and euphemistically as well. You can also find me in the podcast There Be Dragons, where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Scanfelspar und his little dragon, Rosh. Yeah, I think that's about it. Yes, and I will be joining Ardanna on Friday night I mean, you could have spruiked that. It's your thing. Ardanna and Terrace over on twitch.tv/Ardanna to be playing a dragonborn named Ada, and I will tell you nothing else. Yes, and then you can find me again on Sunday now, where I will be over on the Eldritch Scribe, playing a Earth Genasi, who named Zem. And that's all I'm telling you about that one as well, because I can't remember very much. No, it's a Paladin Bard. Yes, what?
Did you agree to play D&D instead of going to my parents for family dinner?
I told you about this. I told you about this, and no, I didn't. I agreed to play D&D for the next 4 weeks in a row instead of going to your parents' family dinner.
The trade-off is worth it.
Totally worth it. Because I get to play with Des.
I'll have to go alone.
Yeah, you will.
They'll ask questions about my life. What I'm doing.
Yes. Plus that.
I mean, I might have agreed to play in a one-shot instead of going to my sister's birthday party, so there's that.
Nice. Is that a free-shot one-shot?
Maybe. It's instead of the
maybe not
Dragon Lords.
Whoops. Alrighty.
For the record, I love my family and they're awesome.
I really like your family too. Cool. So we should now mention other things, like the Ukrainian people. Tell me about them, Karen.
The Ukrainian people, they need your help. Their country is full of Russians with guns and bombs, and it's really bad. And a lot of Ukrainians have had to run away, which is a very reasonable decision to make in the circumstances, but does come with its own set of problems. So if you have some spare change rattling around your digital wallet, the link in chat is for the Emergency Action Appeal, which is an Australian initiative. It's a group of charities, not-for-profits that have banded together to raise money specifically to help Ukrainian refugees. They've raised over $4 million so far, which is amazing, but there is more than 4 million Ukrainian refugees that need help. So every little bit is very much appreciated. If you have already donated, you're a bloody legend. And thank you very much.
Splendid. I must also remind our peaceful, tranquil, and possibly even halcyon audience to please like, follow, and subscribe to all the things you bloody champions. We have all the socials. When I can spell socials. We have the YouTube. It is, as of about 30 seconds ago, fully updated because I just uploaded last week's episode of this game just now. And we have the Discord.
Yes,
you can join us on. We also have exciting news. We are now proudly affiliated with Wooten Forge, which I will type WF in chat, and there you go. Josh, as a player, exactly, Dead Fox. Wooten Forge are an amazing company. They produce high-quality wooden tabletop accessories like this. Mwah, beautiful thing. Karen will also be rolling in a Wooten Forge Dice Keeper. You can check out their stuff at woodenforge.com. They make it all out of beautiful Australian and exotic hardwoods, mostly recycled as well, which is lovely. And yes, if you follow the link woodenforge.com/Corsairs Cove, then that's our affiliate link, and we get a cheeky little kickback on any money you spend over there, which would be jolly champion of you. Just to support us and Australian production and things like that. Really cool thing. Splendid.
And they smell really good.
They do smell really good.
I am totally getting one as soon as I get a new graphics card. And I live in Sweden, which is on the other side of the world.
They will
mail it to Sweden.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. I've sent one to Thammy already. I didn't send it. No, Nelderberry made sure it all got there. Yes, because Nelderberry and Wooten Forge in chat are them peeps, and Thamior wanted one, so I hooked him up. That was even before we had the thing. Alrighty, well, mateys. It is tremulously, but with mounting heat and passion, that I must hand over to our DM, Tony. Please, take it away.
Thank you. We shall do a small recap. We did solve a few things last week. With there were some tangents, let's just say. Brendan, what did Elliot discover?
Wow, what a great question. I think it was Elliot's idea to finally investigate the hospital that the victim was kind of tied up in. So that was probably the biggest breakthrough. Elliot very cleverly implied that Eduardo should try a drug.
I knew it. Wasn't my
and he and Bethany dropped past a shoe store very briefly. And they also did some interrogation.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Which I'm sure the others will talk a bit more about.
Yeah. Karen, what did Laura discover?
Well, we tossed the guy's apartment, which was fun. We had to get Eduardo in to crack the safe, but that's fine. It was. We found a very fancy pants necklace. We found his little black book of addresses, via which we found out he was dating some celebrity.
Yeah.
And we found coded documents. And I think that was everything. Was there money? Can't remember. Anyway, and I kind of intimidated the guy next door a bit, just for shit and giggles.
There were absolutely no money in that scene.
Oh, that's such a shame.
Yeah.
And we ended up rounding up his assistant, her boyfriend. I went and got them very politely. I only threatened them a tiny bit. And we also spoke to the movie star and the driver. To kind of establish a timeline of the night. Basically, everyone else kind of left, and he was left there on his own. And he got some sort of message from the restaurant, but we haven't found out what that was yet. It's yet to be dark. And we decoded the message, but I'm blanking on what we got from it. I think it was kind of double coded.
Yes, it was.
We can read it, but it doesn't make any sense.
No, you did get it because together with Elliot, you decoded it and you determined there was a list of names.
That's right.
It turned out to be the list of the board members during the scandal in the hospital. Yes.
Of which he was one of the board members, correct?
At the time. Yeah.
Yes, the victim was one of them. Yes. Jessica and Ardanna, what did you discover?
Well, Jessica was technically with Laura most of the time, so it's
some crossover there.
It's a double redundancy, that's true.
Yeah, she also did well, one of the big things she discovered is that Bethany can be very scary to guards when she wants to. Because when she went to the movie set, she just saw a big bulky guy shrink into a puppy in front of her eyes when being chewed out by Bethany.
It's pretty great.
She also discovered that she can carry a lot of parcels when asked to, and started rummaging around. There was something I can't find my notes, which is very annoying, but she did start rummaging through the evidence bags for some reason. Can't really remember why, if it was for the notes or something, but I think it was in the same, like, I think Elliot mentioned, it was Elliot that mentioned something about the hospital, and something clicked in Jessica's mind and she started trying for finding something about that, but yeah, there was a lot of overlap with Laura.
It wasn't a while.
Yeah.
Elliot was annoyed at how much evidence we got for him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, we did find the box of toys under the bed.
Yeah.
Including Transformers and Legos.
Yep.
And a cock ring.
The Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Daria, what did Bethany figure out last week?
Bethany figured out that she can make papers on the fly, warrants, and she started like raining like money in the striptease club. And that's pretty much all she did. She figured out that her assistant is kind of a bumbling idiot. He didn't do his job correctly, but he's fine. He's alive. She didn't do anything about it yet. And I think the plan was for us to go to the hospital where she would be like, you know what? Give me all of them drugs. I love them drugs. I live for the drugs. They will help me with my career. Please and thank you. And supposedly that will be able to tell us whomst is behind all of the bullshit.
Was there plan to go to the opera as well?
Opera is the other thing.
Yeah, later this evening.
Okay.
We're still on day one.
Sure.
We're still at lunch, believe it or not.
Yeah. What did Eduardo figure out?
Eduardo did. Yeah, seeing as Eduardo didn't learn much else beyond. He took the drugs and found out what they did, and it was totally his idea. They did some cool shit and basically increased his intelligence by 1 point for a while. But they could do other stuff as well, I believe. It just basically depends on like how you react to them, but I don't know if he knows that, probably not. Beyond that, he helped break into the safe. Basically, he did a lot of helping other people do stuff, I think, last time. I'm struggling to recall anything specifically that he figured out.
I think the drugs was the main thing that you did.
He was there for the interrogation and gave asked a couple of questions, and he was just around.
You also helped with the code. You helped with Elliot's breaking of the code.
Yeah.
But that's kind of his thing to help. Yeah.
Yes.
You also, as a team, decided to do you're about to split the teams again. Some of you are going to the hospital. A few others were going to do a few other things. Do you remember that?
What were the other things?
We needed to talk to the restaurant about the message.
Yeah, that was it.
Right, because they probably wrote it down.
Yeah, because text message isn't a thing.
Text messages when you phone someone and they write down what you tell them.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So, where do you guys want to begin? And who is going where?
Well, the restaurant is probably only going to require one of us.
I can take the restaurant. I can go, glare at some people and ask for information.
Okay.
Oh, that is great, because Jessica should go with us, because what if our whole thing is blown and we have to get into a shootout or something?
Yeah. No.
You need the muscle. I'm unlikely to get shot at the restaurant, I think.
Sure.
Boss, I still don't have the permit for all my guns.
Need it? I'm there.
If I could get a permit and also a gun.
My badge.
And a badge, that'd be nice. If we start shooting people, it would probably be a good idea to have a badge.
Okay. So, is it actually possible for me to whip out 3 badges right now?
Just write police badge on a piece of paper and sign.
Yeah, the cartoon badge. Here you go.
You would order them from a central locker.
2 to 3 business days. Yeah.
No, you could probably just swing by and pick them up since you are the ones gonna have to sign them out anyway.
Okay.
That works.
As for giving out police issue weapons, you'd have to swing by the armory.
Okay.
There
Hey,
is a central
okay.
police armory for that.
You
Are we
guys gonna get
thinking-
kitted out to visit a hospital.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's perfect because if we get out of the shootout, that's where you want to be.
Yep, exactly. Okay, so, dear, what's the opposite of superior?
Inferior?
Slaves? Okay.
Subordinate.
So
Subordinates.
I believe subordinate is the word.
I
you're
like mine better.
I'm into it.
So, yes. Okay. I will contact HR about this one. So, dear
Hire me.
subordinates, let's go. Get our badges, get our guns. Laura will shoot down the restaurant. We will shoot down a hospital. Let's go.
No. Laura will investigate the restaurant. We're pretty
And
sure
shoot,
they haven't
probably.
Okay.
Look, if I have to shoot someone, I'll try and be judicious about it.
Before we leave, can I just clarify? The hospital is definitely worth investigating, but what exactly, when we turn up, are we going to be asking to do?
Drugs.
Drugs. Yeah,
Or,
we come in.
Yes.
I come in and say, hey, I hear you guys make wicked drugs. I want some for my campaign. How about it? And I go to the top people. I flash my brotherhood symbol, and they say, oh, of course, here you go. And then we whip up the guns and say, aha, gotcha, bitch. These are illegal.
That
I
is the
think
whole
that
plan.
the first half of that is a good plan. My concern is, why would you be bringing 3 of your subordinates with you to purchase illegal drugs?
Well,
Like
she's a very
carry
important
things.
person. She needs a posse.
Yes, I will order cartons and boxes and stuff. I can't carry that to the car.
Okay. A quick reality check here. Usually, hospitals don't manufacture drugs. They may have laboratories that could, possibly produce a small batch of something, but they're not the main source of any forms of drugs. They would stock them and use them for their patients.
No, I get this. You're talking about the illegal drugs, which we have reason to believe are being kind of passed through the hospital, right?
Yeah,
Well, we can at least ask.
there, but you could ask that.
We can
If I
find
may,
more information.
perhaps ask about one of them board members. If we could
Yes.
meet them.
We also have the cousin, remember? The guy who talked with our victim quite a bit. What was his name?
Yes.
Peter Pius.
Yes.
Pius.
Pius Ardanna.
Pius. Do we know where he is?
Is it a
No,
bullet?
but-
He is part of the Brotherhood, and he would probably be at the Sandrali Cathedral somewhere.
Was his name on the list of board members or no?
No. He
We know he was the
uh,
confidant of the victim.
Would
Yeah,
it be
he had written a letter to Don Sterling, asking him to stop his investigation.
would it be a good idea to actually talk to him first?
Yes.
Oh, we could split. Half of us
No.
could go to him, and half of us could go to the hospital.
Okay. What is time efficient, DM? Us splitting or us going A, B, C all together?
Time
Because
efficiency
we don't have to
Game
get
time
into information.
would
Yeah.
be to split the party enormously. Just send people all over the place. Screen time, this is going to take a few minutes extra. So
Also,
do
we
we-
don't have any means to connect the information then.
No.
I think we should all go on a road trip. The itinerary
Okay.
is restaurant, badges, armory, cousin, hospital,
We're really
Okay.
trying to
Hey,
not...
if the boss wants a shootout, boss gets a shootout.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
sure that if none of those places produce a shootout, that we could find one easily enough.
Look, I am certain that you guys are capable of it.
Oh no.
And
Or
can I say, I will go on this road trip already in my opera gown, so I'll look cool, and I will be ready for the opera.
Should we
I'm
get
doing my makeup in the car.
we get a fancier car then, rather than the van? Should we go in a limo?
I have one.
I'm certain. This does
So
not surprise me.
No, she has a limo. You all sort of scramble inside that huge car, and you take a ride.
I have one.
I assumed.
Nice.
Gimme.
Not.
You then travel to the
Restaurant.
Restaurant. Okay.
Did we decide we picked up badges?
No, we do that after.
We will go
You're going to do
after.
that after the restaurant.
I call, so they have like 5 minutes to prepare them, and then we go to
Yeah.
badges.
Laura's got a badge anyway.
yeah, I'll
Making
flash
badges
mine.
isn't that complicated. It just needs the correct signature, and Bethany Stevens is authorized to do that. So when you arrive at the restaurant, it isn't open yet. This is an evening establishment. What do you do?
So it's not open?
You can see some staff going in and out in the back, probably doing some deliveries.
Cool. I will march around the back like badge first.
Morris PD, Santa PD, or what are you doing? Are you going to be threatening them? Are you going to be, hey guys, I need some help?
I'm playing it cool at first, like, hey, I'm your friendly local neighborhood police officer. You should help me, then I won't shoot you in your sleep.
So police on Mars very similar to police on Earth. Then.
Like, I'm your friend as long as you're helping me.
Okay. You just talk to the first guy you see.
Well, basically, the first guy I see, I will ask for whoever was like the manager last night. I'll ask for the manager. I'll do my best Karen, even though I'm a Karen, and be like, hi, I need to speak to the manager.
Last night's maitre d'. Yeah, that would be Steven.
Steven here?
He's not here. He's not here right now. His shift isn't starting until a few hours.
Who would be the most senior person? Sorry, wrong accent. Could be the most senior person here at the moment?
Oh, that would be Chef Laura.
Oh, I love Laura's. Let me speak to Laura.
No, it's another Laura. And sure enough, you are shown to the main kitchen, and there's a head chef there, and she's pretty much doing, shouting. Yeah. And the guy that you talk to, he talks to her for a few seconds, and she said, I'll be with you in a second. And it takes a few minutes, and she joins you, and okay, what can I help you? You were kind of disturbing me right now. I'm in the middle of preparing for tonight.
Well, I'll try not to take up too much of your time. You may not be able to help me, but apparently you're the most senior person here right now. Were you working at the establishment last night?
Yes.
Were you aware of a certain celebrity and her date that were in for dinner last night?
Actually, there were several here last night, but
I'm
Why?
blanking on her name right now. Which is terrible.
Barbara Stash
Yes.
and John Sterling.
Yes. John Stanling and Miss Stash were in for dinner last night. Ring any bells? Lobster.
And she turns around and she screams at one of the servers, and they speak another language, and you can't really understand it. And he says lobster, and she turns around. Okay, yeah, they had the Venusian lobster. Okay, yeah, I know where they are.
They received, Mr. Sterling received a phone message. Someone phoned in and a message was relayed to him. Would you know who that was?
No idea. That was my part. I was busy here in the kitchen making food, making sure every dish was made correctly.
All right. So,
however, she talks to the other guy again, and she says he will give you the notes that were given to the.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Children. And there's a bunch of notes he comes out with. And you see there's a table number on it and some scribblings. And eventually you solve which table John Sterling and Barbara Stash were sitting at and which notes were sent there. And there's a bunch of them. Let's say, for argument's sake, 4. 3 for him and 1 for her. And they're all just phone numbers.
So there's no call so-and-so about this? They're just...
No, they just call who called and who they should call back.
Cool. Any names jumping out at me?
You do a phone book reference with a phone. Okay. Make an education check. You can deduce this.
Okay. Sorry, let me just... I'm working off my laptop. I don't have as much screen space tonight. Failed both.
You're very well educated, so your target number is 14.
It is?
Yeah.
It says 8 on mine.
Education?
Yeah. Laura Westwood.
No, I'm looking at Bethany. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad. Yeah.
You can use chronicle points or something.
Yeah. Can I burn a chronicle point to
reroll?
Yep, you can do that.
It's just 1 dice this time, isn't it?
No, you reroll.
Spend that. Yeah. If you burn a chronicle point, you can reroll as many dice as you want to.
Cool. I will reroll this.
Good luck.
2 successes!
Hey!
Yay, great.
Bam, baby.
Two of the phone numbers. You recognize the area code immediately, and that's the cathedral. They have their own. The cathedral is a huge complex, really, and they have their own area number. And you realize, okay, that's the cathedral. And the third one seems to be the phone number to his personal assistant.
Cool.
She was here last night, though.
Yeah.
Could he have called her?
Cathedral assistant, who else? Sorry.
The cathedral area code.
Yeah, cathedral assistants and the third?
No,
Two calls
the
to the
two-
cathedral.
Oh, only 2. Oh, okay.
Okay.
2 calls from the cathedral and 1 from the assistant. Presumably
Yes.
before or after she left. Interesting.
We have
All
her
right,
number. We could just call her.
Yeah, I'm going to go back out to where everyone else is waiting and kind of briefly say this and says, so who wants to make some phone calls?
I love phone calls.
I got 3 fun phone numbers.
Ms. Stevens, perhaps you would be the best person to call the cathedral.
Certainly.
Sure. Which one? There are 2.
Flip a coin.
The
Which
two
one do you
different,
like to look up?
it's 2 different numbers.
Both at the cathedral, though.
Yes.
I'll call 1 and see what we get out of it, and maybe that will tell us something. So I'll call the first one. Beep, boop, boop, beep, boop.
See if this is Father Pius.
Colorado Cathedral receptionist speaking. What can I help you with, sir or ma'am?
I closed the I closed the phone. It's a receptionist.
Receptionist.
Would there be I'm imagining Eduardo is driving, actually. He's probably got the driver's hat on. He's in his uniform otherwise, but yeah, he's definitely wearing a chauffeur's hat. And he would lean over and say, would that not be like, does all the calls go to the receptionist, then you tell them what extension you want, and that would be the other part of the number?
I mean, there is a second number.
All right, try that one first.
Different.
Yeah.
Okay.
So beep boop boop beep boop.
I just wonder why the reception would have called the restaurant, you know?
Shh, they're picking up.
Okay.
You get the same answer.
Yeah.
Am I dumb or am I dumb? It's two different.
No, you're too young. That's the problem. Back in the days when you had to use these kind of systems, there was more often a receptionist or vad fan heter telefonväxel på engelska?
So there'll be multiple.
Connection,
everybody
yeah.
has their own phone, but whenever anybody calls
Operators.
through that in the building,
Yes, operator.
yeah.
So you can
Okay.
call
If
out
you
from
call a
different
hospital-
numbers, but
Yeah.
yeah.
If you call a hospital or it still happens.
Still happens at my
Yeah.
work. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, I have a question then. The phone that we are using right now, there's no identification on it, right? They can't see like who's calling.
Their caller ID.
No.
Great. Then I will say,
The only one in the car right now that says, "Oh yeah, every time" is Elliot. But you know, Cybertronic systems
beautiful.
are different.
then I will say, hello, this is Mr. Sterling's assistant calling you.
Yes, but Mr. Sterling, who? This is a Brotherhood's receptionist.
What's his name?
John Sterling.
John Sterling.
John Sterling. I'm his assistant.
Yes, ma'am. What can I help you with?
So yesterday, we've received a call from this number, and I give the number that I tried to call, and we would like to circle back to that person. Can you connect us, please?
Hold a minute, and you can and you hear some background music, probably some death metal.
Yes.
Oh man,
Wait.
how did I get you death
Wait.
metal when you're on
I
hold?
can do it.
Yep.
I've got this.
Yeah, keeps the intention of the caller. And it takes a few minutes, and she said, yeah, sorry, ma'am, this extension seems to be disconnected.
Oh, well, can you tell us who used it yesterday? We really need to get in touch with that person.
Try the other.
No, I'm sorry, ma'am. That's all the information I have.
Does it sound like she's lying to me?
Make an insight check. Awareness insight.
Awareness. Okay. Okay. Insight. All right. Okay. It's one success and it's one success. Just one.
You do not
Why would-
believe she's lying.
Huh?
You believe she's telling you the truth, as far as
I believe.
she knows it.
All right. We've received 2 calls from the cathedral actually, and I give her the best number and say, would you mind us connecting to that person then?
Just a moment. And same death metal music. Boom, 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 boom. And takes another minute, and I'm sorry, man, but this is very strange. This extension seems to be disconnected last night as well. I don't understand it, but that's all the information I have at the moment.
Well,
I'm
how is
sorry.
that possible? Don't you know who uses the phone numbers?
Well, there's supposed to be here in my Rolodex, but I can't find them.
Did someone take part of your Rolodex out?
It looks like.
This bitch right here. It sounds like she's lying out of her ass. Can I like use chronicle points or something? Because I am so.
You could use a chronicle point to
Buy
buy a
dice.
single one for your insight check. You need to make another one.
Yes, I will buy dice and I will use chronicle points. So what does that make me?
Okay, so what you need?
An
You can
absolute
buy
mad
up to-
lad.
So that you are rolling the total of 5 dice. So if you buy one that shows a 1, you're already
Okay.
up to 3 dice. So you can buy 2 more and have 5 dice total.
If I buy dice because I have a focus in insight on one,
No.
right?
No.
That's 2
You
successes.
buy- Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
For the chronicle point.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the chronicle point.
And you can still fill out the 2 with the 2 additional dice to a total of 5 if you want to. I don't think
Fuck
you
it.
will.
I
need that.
want to. I want to.
Yes, do
This
it.
sounds like such BS that I'm
Do
just
it.
rolling everything. So I buy dice and I use one of my chronicle points and I'm getting to the bottom of this. I'm gonna
You need to roll 3d20.
3d20s. Okay. First is a fail.
Oh, 4. I'm sorry, 4 total.
Okay.
'Cause you have
Second is
2
a
anyway.
success.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay, so I rolled 2 successes and I have 2
And you have 2
more. So I have
successes.
4
So
successes.
Don't forget to check your talents. See if you can reroll or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything about this. I'm
Insight,
charismatic, but I'm not very insightful.
No, you're remorseless. That's your thing.
Yeah, I'm remorseless.
You're good at lying, not detecting lies.
Yeah,
You're
unfortunately.
You'd think a liar would know a liar, right?
Yeah, you'd think, but no.
No, it's the ego that makes her think no one's lying to her.
Yeah, but
No
4
one would
successes.
dare.
What is there like a hint?
You are very, very convinced she has no fucking clue. And that's the first step on the email.
Okay, goodbye. You're bad at your job. And I put the phone down.
Oh,
It was definitely worth, like, this sounds sarcastic, but it's not. It was
Yes.
definitely worth buying the dice, though.
yes.
Just so you
Yeah.
could be sure.
Now we're sure.
But it sounds it sounds
It is.
so stupid.
It's so sus, but it's not her.
Yeah, but like the way she said it.
Yeah. Jessica sitting there contemplating for a moment, and then she just lifts her hand slowly as if a light bulb is going off in her mind. Boss, if I may,
Of course.
I might have an idea. And yeah, she's gonna call that same number to get through receptionist.
Oh,
How can I help you, ma'am or sir?
Is she crying?
yeah.
So,
It's a male.
hi, my name is Jessica, and I think I have something that belongs to one of your brothers there at the cathedral.
Okay. Do you have a name?
I found this card with the name Pius Arentis on it, and I would like to return it to him.
The business card with his name on it?
It looks like some form of identification card.
You could just turn it in at your local Brotherhood facility. Or you can just drive it up to the reception at the main cathedral. We'll take care of it.
I would very much like to hand it to him in person. I've had too many people scamming me in the past, so if I could, I would like to return it to him in person.
I see. Then you have to make an appointment, and you still have to visit the reception. That's something I can help you with. I'm sorry.
That is fine. I'm sorry, I'm not from the area. Where can I find the cathedral?
It gives you the address.
Yep. No, she's laying on her accent thick to just like.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't do
I'm not
that
gonna
thing,
even-
but yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. A Scottish Highlander like that.
Yeah, something like that.
In our interpretation and dissection of codes and things, did we find like a code word or a phrase that related to the Ouroboros?
No, you did not.
Okay. I vaguely remembered us finding something else related to it, but that's okay.
All right. Well, we have also the
Maybe
assistant
find
to call to.
Yes.
Yes, let's call the
wants to
tour
call-
assistant again.
Actually, Laura, how about you call the assistant? You're the police.
Sure. I call the assistant.
I mean, it was Laura who spoke to her the first time.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, she likes me, I think. Maybe.
You implied that you would give her a leg up.
I did do that. Okay. Ring, ring.
She answers. Yes, what can I do for you?
Hello, this is Officer Westwood, Detective Westwood again. I just had a quick question. We went into the restaurant to get the phone messages from last night, and there was one from you. So I was wondering what the kind of the order of messages was in the evening.
I didn't give any messages to. Why would someone say I made what?
There is a piece of paper from the restaurant where they wrote down your number, asking for a callback. I'd like to know when that happened.
I didn't call John last night.
Not at all? Not before you arrived? Not after you left?
Karen, can you please
No.
buy 700 dice and see if she's lying?
Please,
But I
bitch,
did.
lying to my face over the phone.
Yeah, exactly. Over the phone. So, are you going to do an insight check for this?
I am indeed. And I would like to buy an extra dice.
Oh no, we lost Ardanna.
Oh no! Madonna,
Carry
come
on,
back.
I'm sure she'll be back.
We love you.
Uh,
Okay. Oh shit! I rolled a 1.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
awesome. Did you
so
buy any dice?
Yes. So I had 1 failure, 2 successes, and one of them was a crit.
so she bought a dice.
I bought
Nice.
8 dice.
Do you have focus in insight?
Sadly, no, I do not.
Okay, that's still only 2 successes. However, you do not believe she's lying at all. She's probably telling the, as far as you can tell, she sounds very confused.
Okay, different question. Why would someone give your number on a message if you were in the restaurant?
How would someone... Sorry, this is a Josh question. Is there, like, is they don't have caller ID, so people would be giving the number, say, hey, please call this number back. Is that the
Exactly.
thing? Right.
Am I
So,
back?
yeah, then Karen's, yes, you are.
Yes,
Hi.
yes.
Hi,
we can
my
see them.
computer blue screened.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Someone's trying to stop us. It's a conspiracy.
I'm so sorry.
We're getting close to the core of this.
We're getting close-ish. I have no idea what's going on.
People are actively
Josh,
getting in our way at this point, so...
Eduardo's background,
Uh-huh.
you remember his interview part.
Yes.
With that in mind, you can make a mechanics
Ooh.
check.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm gonna buy a dice. This is the thing I am best at.
Buying dice? Yeah.
I'm
we
still
know.
well,
Making everyone worried.
Woo. I rolled a 2. My focus is 2. I also got
Nice.
a 7 and a 16. So that is 3 successes.
That's awesome. You know that tampering with the phone system isn't that difficult. It's one of the with some basic tools and an understanding of the local telephone network, you could spoof a telephone number quite easily.
So it's possible to make it look like a different a number is calling that you're actually not there.
Yeah, and you could reroute an incoming phone call to another by tampering with the system quite easily. It's not that difficult to do, really, especially if you're expecting the phone call.
Okay.
So if someone were giving John Sterling the phone number to his assistant, and he knew,
right. They want to talk to John Sterling. Okay.
Wait, slower for the people in the back, because I'm dumb. Why would someone give... okay, I understand giving the cathedral number. Hey, call this number. Whoops, I'm yoiking the number. You're talking to me, bitch. Why would he give it a phone number of his assistant who's in the room with him? I don't get this.
So I will explain it in character.
Okay.
So, boss, it's actually pretty easy to, take over a phone line to, redirect a number unofficially. Mostly because it's just cables. If you're expecting the number, if you're expecting a phone call, say you call and say, hey, John, please call this number back, the number of his assistant, say, then you go to where the assistant house is, and you don't even have to go in. You can reroute from outside or even nearby. And so if you want to talk to somebody...
This.
Yeah, but you don't have to give your number.
No. I understand that. The question is, why give a number of the assistant who's there?
I'll explain this. This was maybe this clue that it was might have been a little bit too cerebral. So okay, I'm gonna.
Wow, you just called me dumb.
I think me as well. Okay. I may not have fully understood
This is way too cerebral for you.
So yeah, okay. So
don't worry your pretty little head
by giving the message that it is his. The message was the phone number, okay, to his assistant that John knew couldn't have given. No, she was there at the hospital. Yeah, at the same moment that he received the phone number to her. That was the message.
Oh.
Yes, okay. No, I get that.
Oh, no.
I'm saying, what is the impetus behind it?
I think what we're getting at here is that they have a prearranged signal that if he calls or she calls and leaves the assistant's number, then John Sterling knows to call someone else.
Exactly.
Or Karen it's an intimidation tactic. Hey, something
Karen
is
got
afoot.
Dungeon Master interrupted.
Wow.
Karen got
it. Cool detective shit.
Yeah, Karen, for sleuthing that out, I'm going to give you an extra chronicle point. Good work.
Nice.
So we're talking about someone. Here's a question. Where would John have called these numbers from? From the restaurant or from his own phone?
He didn't
Probably
have
his own phone. No, he did.
We didn't find
Just
a
like
phone on him.
Nope. But he does have.
But he didn't.
But he did have.
He had one. I'm just saying when we found him,
we did not.
The phone was not there.
Nope.
Someone yoinked it off the body, but left cool drugs.
Or he left it somewhere. You haven't seen it. It wasn't at his apartment either. And no, I shouldn't probably tell you that because that's the clue that you could theoretically figure out.
I don't know, in the area that he was in, are there traffic cameras or anything? Or
no
outside CCTV?
There wasn't any in the alley, was there?
No, there was
only
a fake
one.
Yeah, no, I'm wondering about the area that he was, that the restaurant was in. I'm basically trying to see if we can get up footage to track his movements after he left the restaurant, because he presumably walked or found some other private transportation that wasn't his driver.
The driver confirmed that.
They called him a cab.
Yep.
That doesn't mean he took it.
No.
True.
You could, if you ask the staff at the restaurant, which you're still parked outside of, they will confirm that he did take a cab.
Yeah.
I'm just going to give you that.
Yeah.
All right.
I've still got the assistant on the phone.
Can I also? Sorry,
I never hung up on it.
Yeah. Can I also confirm timeline? Like, what time did he leave the restaurant? What time did they get him a cab?
Around 11.
Okay. So about an hour later. And how long would it have taken him in a cab to get where we found him?
Half an hour, tops.
Okay, tops. So there was a half hour because we think he was shot a little bit before midnight. There is about 20 minutes there. We don't know what happened in that 20 minutes. He may have, I doubt he would have left his phone in the cab. We have his number, right?
Yes, you do.
Can we call that number?
Is
we
it
love
his
calling.
number or his assistant's number?
Well, no, his phone number.
Karen, Laura, you.
What's his number?
Since you didn't hang up, and you're pretty much sitting with the phone in your hand, you can hear the assistant say, "I tried to call him all day, one morning yesterday, and I didn't get any answers."
So he hasn't answered. Well, so no one is answering the phone, but it is ringing.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, someone took it.
Is there like much of a resale? Like, presumably a mobile phone is quite an expensive item.
Oh, it's very expensive.
But no one took the drugs. But then they were on a dead body. The mobile phone may not have been.
Yep.
Okay.
There's a raid. Hello.
Oh, Valiant Odyssey! Thank you very much for the raid.
Oh, hello, Raiders. It sounds like a
Yeah.
crime, maybe.
We're in the
Right.
middle of a big think.
They have come in valiantly. That they have indeed. Raid. Throw your favorite raid emotes up in chat. Valiant Odyssey.
Uh-huh.
What were you
Funny.
guys doing?
You said come.
Wow. You are just so very, very classy.
Yes, you're welcome.
Can I ask the assistant a question?
Absolutely.
Question. Can you remember any other occasions where Mr. Sterling received a message which was asking him to call your number?
That's just strange, and no.
No. So this isn't a regular thing that happens.
Never.
Okay. So, someone called him, left a prearranged message to lure him out. Whereupon there is 20 minutes.
In the codes that we've unearthed, there was nothing about numbers, was there? It was just names.
Just names.
Just names.
Okay.
Yeah.
Foxy
Is there
Muddler,
anything
thank you
else?
very much for the Foxy Mulder. Thank you very much for the follow. Sorry, carry on.
Is there anything else we need to do here at the restaurant? We should go pick up the badges and guns because I want to shoot something because this is taking way too much
I
time.
feel like this one might be a little bit of a logical cul-de-sac. Interesting information, but not necessarily pertinent until we find.
Unless we have
you
a
know.
way of identifying who called on the phone call, which we
Yes,
currently
for now
don't,
we have
because
no suspects.
They didn't leave their
So-
real number like a bastard. Oh, hi, assistant,
We're
whose
going to
name
do
I've
a
forgotten.
skip ahead.
How
you-
far apart were these phone messages from the Brotherhood? There are two other phone messages that came in the
Yeah,
evening.
about a half an hour between them.
And how?
And
I mean, she wouldn't
They were
necessarily
both-
know which numbers. She wouldn't know the content of the messages, would she?
well,
no.
the messages is to call the number.
Yeah,
but
the
she
messages
wouldn't
is
know
the
which
number.
order they came in. She wouldn't know which order
Right.
they come in, would she?
No.
Mecha Spyro is also raiding. Thank you very much, Raiders.
Oh, wow.
Hello.
Hello, Mo Raiders.
Hello.
Help
Raid!
us.
Mecha
Help us,
Spyro, thank
please.
you very much for joining us. We are playing Mutant Chronicles with a special guest DM, Tony Tony Karlstrom from Sweden, how exciting, is playing us through Mutant Chronicles, which is something we've never really played before. We also have another special guest, Ardanna, Daria from Eldritch Scribe. Frankly, the only people who aren't hugely special are me, Brendan, and Karen, but we're quite special in our own way.
Very special.
I take offense at being described as not special. Thank you very much. I just solved a big clue.
You did.
I've been told my whole life that I'm very special.
Yeah, that. And
It shows, Brendan. It shows. I love you. It's just a funny shit to say.
Yes. What were you
So
guys doing?
just to recap, he received 3 messages. We're not sure the order that they came in. 2 of them are from separate disconnected Brotherhood numbers, which implies 2 different people. And the third is some kind of what we think is a coded message, which says to me, I don't want to rule it out, but we already have 2 messages from 2 different Brotherhood numbers, which implies to me that this third one is not from Brotherhood.
Elliot, I don't think this actually implies that there's more than one person calling. It could be just one person calling and leaving 3 sets of numbers that is supposed to tell the victim something.
Can I also,
Because the phones are disconnected, you know?
Can I also point
Daria
out that
gets a bonus Chronicle points because
Yes! I'm smart that.
yeah, you realized something important here.
Can I
Nice.
also add to it maybe? This is a maybe. Josh doesn't think he's been necessarily very smart. I'm trying to puzzle through the information about the phone numbers are super easy to connect and disconnect and fake, and it would make sense that given what I said earlier about how easy it is to create numbers and then hack phone numbers, it would be quite easy for someone to pretend to be calling from the cathedral but not actually. So they could be all coming from the same place. So that would support Bethany's hypothesis.
They could.
Quick question for the DM. The phone operators, are there like buttons they press, or are they the plug and play kind of?
They're button players. Yeah. It's a little bit more advanced than that. The old cable switching.
Say that someone who lives at the cathedral and know the phone operator hours, would they be able to go in and just press different buttons to connect different phone numbers? So, for example, if this pious Renthus walked in
I'm
there...
just gonna. If this was some sort of a clandestine thing, that's not how you would do it at all.
Okay.
Going to the switchboards would just be stupid. For many reasons. 1, you are easily detected doing it. And 2, it's actually more cumbersome than just going to the actual switch and do the work
that's true.
right at that. And that would be in a closed basement area.
Yeah.
Do I understand correctly that you actually don't need access to any specific number? You just call because there's no caller ID and say, this is the number, blah, 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 blah. So all you need is the knowledge of the number, not even the actual technology.
Yeah.
So anyone could have called 3 times. Hang on. I'm going back into this restaurant. Give me a sec.
Okay.
I turned the engine back off.
Lot for like
I march back inside.
Karen, before you continue this, Karen, I'm gonna stop. You have all the information you're gonna get out of this poor restaurant business and the assistant.
I take a chill pill.
And we're gonna jump past the armory and badges. You can now all consider yourselves official
Finally, they
police
can
officers.
stop fucking buggering me about the badges.
I'm sorry,
give me
asking you to
badge,
do
give me
your
badge.
job.
Buggering you is
Is
very
that in
different to
character?
bugging you.
Yeah,
Is
bugging,
that
not
a
buggering.
character, you little man?
Did you say
Daria,
bugging or buggering? It's important.
Daria, does Bethany Stevens make sure everybody is armed? Do you make...
Some of us already are. So people who are not, I'll give them the guns. And if some really want to have a warrant for carrying a gun, I procure it, I guess.
the paperwork for Jessica finished, and Elliot and Eduardo, you now have a Piranha Mark 61 handgun, which is the standard issue for police officers.
I can remove the illegal tag on my revolver.
Yay! You guys are so incredibly concerned about legality of things. I'm just, what?
Well, with the cops,
Also-
I don't know. Why would we want that?
Oh, cops, schmops, whatever. Also, I really debate over giving Eduardo the gun because he is on drugs. So I'm like,
You don't know that.
Actually,
wait, I
did
told you. I did
tell her.
I'm going to stand by this. They're
by
like,
the
we
way,
don't know that.
Eduardo actually needs to make a resistance.
Oh no.
Perceived resistance check.
If you
you
fail, you
wanna
get a
fail?
terrible come down.
Let's find out. I'm actually quite good at it. I will be buying a dice. I want to keep on this high, baby. 2 successes.
Okay, you are starting to resist the drug.
Oh.
So the effect has ceased.
Right.
But you're not right now. You're not feeling any adverse after effects at this point.
Cool. Well,
Yes.
all right. Yes, I'm on drugs, but interesting information, Elliot. It's kind of starting to wear off. I think I'm metabolizing it.
Sorry, DM. Speaking of drugs, I was thinking it, but didn't get around to saying it because a lot was going on. I want to have taken, I don't know, a handful of pills in a bag to have on my person.
Offer me another.
Open up.
More so something to compare to the hospital when we go there.
Yes.
And how long has it been since Eduardo first took the drug?
I would say about 4 hours.
4 hours. Okay.
Okay.
4 hours, that's a pretty decent high.
And the rest of the drugs are in a safe because as soon as I figured out that they're fucking expensive, they're not on the table somewhere in the fucking cafeteria of our police
Almost
department.
all of them are in a safe.
Yeah.
Almost all are in the safe, yes.
There's a bunch of very focused cops wandering around.
I want to do one quick thing.
Let's have Elliot make. Let's just for this argument's sake. Let's your so-called handful. Let's make it a D20 plus 10. Let's see how many
damn.
you. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, it's supposed to be a handful, so 10 at least.
Yeah.
25, I guess.
Damn.
That seems like a lot.
That's a good help.
Yeah, it is.
They're
But
pills. They're
you
not
said
pills.
a handful. A handful is 25. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I will
you
take
grab the
that.
test, so that's what you have with you. So 100 minus 1 that Eduardo's, chewed on, and I believe you destroyed one by doing testing. So
Yeah.
that's another one. Minus 25. So 27 are currently missing from the safe.
And just to be clear, this wasn't me like sneakily grabbing some. It would have been.
Yeah, no, that's
me-
fine.
Yeah.
We should take a couple just to show that, yeah, we know what the fuck we're talking about. Also, I think, Jessica, you wanted to do something smart?
Yeah, it's more of a because she would have noticed that there was something off with Eduardo during the whole investigation of the apartment. And
No idea
as
what
soon
you're on
as
about. Super focused
you,
and a little hungry.
as soon as Bethany gives Eduardo the gun, Eduardo, you feel a hand on your shoulder, like thump, and then she will lean over from behind and just go, "If you shoot me, I'll lock you in the interrogation room for a month," and then just walk away.
Eduardo's like, I'm fully trained. I know how it works. Safety
Right.
on.
But, Eduardo, if you do shoot someone, please shoot someone other than me or Elliot, because Elliot
How
is
about
very
I don't
expensive.
shoot any of you? I just won't shoot
Okay,
it.
that's better.
I'm quite good at this.
I have the utmost faith that you won't shoot anyone that you're not intending to.
Thank you.
I have the utmost faith in your abilities.
Thank you.
And if you do shoot me, I'll shoot you right back.
Great. That's a deal I'll make. Any of you, if I shoot you, you can shoot me back. I promise. I don't like this. I feel
Eduardo,
attacked here.
I will not shoot you back, but I will sue you, and you will
find
wish that
someone
I
else
shot
to
you.
shoot me.
I will sue you into the ground.
Oh, great. Again, all right, that sounds fair, given that it's not going to happen.
Sure. Let's go to the cathedral. How
where
about
did all
that?
this come from?
Are we going to the hospital or the cathedral?
I miss
first
Cyberopolis.
Same. I've never even been there. I miss Cyberopolis.
This is why I work
We are
alone.
going to the cathedral because we first need to talk to the cousin who knows about the investigation, and then we go to the investigatees who are doing something.
Okay.
What are you signing about, Eduardo?
Nothing. I'm okay.
Are
I think
you
this is
sure?
a great idea. No,
I will turn this car around.
I'm driving.
Eduardo, turn this car around.
Yes.
What are we, a bunch
Going
of
home.
toddlers? What's going on here?
No,
We there
I
yet?
don't
That's why
know
we're
for
on the
you.
third part.
We've been at this for 1 hour and 20 minutes. Should we take a quick break?
No.
I need to rehydrate.
Fair. Alrighty.
It's that kind of weather here in Sweden.
Fair enough.
So,
Yes.
5 minutes?
Alrighty. Yeah, alrighty. Well,
Yeah.
we will go
That's
for a
good.
quick breaklet. Thank you very much for joining us, all of our raiders. Blast ahoy, mateys. We be back. Thank you for sticking with us. So, yes, back into it. Tony, take it away.
So, as you arrive at the cathedral,
Sure.
we're gonna skip this whole part
Love it.
because this is just a tangent. The only thing that you will find out is that you turn in the badge that you didn't have. Someone
We made him one.
said they had a badge. Yeah, you didn't have one. And that the Brother Pius is stationed at one of the forward operating bases towards the Citadel that's located outside the Dark Citadel, outside of San Dorado. So he is currently more or less in combat, more or less all the time. Contacting him will be tricky at best. That particular Citadel has been there for over 200 years. This is nothing new. You can't really see the fighting from the city, but it is close enough that you can sometimes hear artillery pieces being fired against it.
Wow.
It's just the way of life in this city. And occasionally you hear the air suppression alarms going off, and you know how to seek shelter.
I will ask if they have access to phone lines at the Citadel, whether it's possible to call them.
No, absolutely. You can't call the Citadel, but the operation base, you could, but that's for emergency use only.
Are they able to call out? It must be quite isolating there.
Well, they are in combat, sir. It's a military outpost.
I
That's
know.
why they send letters.
Yeah. Okay.
They do. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
So Brother Pius is sort of a dead end for you. And we're going to the hospital, which is the next big place for you to visit.
Well, what
the
this
way.
does do is it eliminates Brother Pius as a suspect.
Yeah, we
Yes.
have nothing to do with them. Also, on the road to the hospital, can we just agree on what exactly we're doing there, so we're not just fumbling around? What's the plan? Do we all come in, or I go in with the cover story for the drugs, and you'll secretly spy from the shadows or something?
Can me as the dungeon master, can I just ask, what is it that you're trying to accomplish when you get there? I mean, this doesn't necessarily mean that you all should arrive at the same place. You may need to do different things at the hospital, and I need to understand what the group's thinking is. What is it?
So broadly, we're trying to link the hospital to the murder. We're trying to link the hospital to the drugs, I think is one of the really tangible things we can do.
I could shoot Jessica. We could go in undercover.
You said you're not going to shoot anyone.
I didn't.
We can't believe you, Eduardo.
I could give you a bunch of these drugs and we could make you go undercover.
Yeah?
Right.
All right.
We also wanted to investigate
give me the
the board.
Give them to me.
Stop it, Eduardo. No drugs for you. We wanted to investigate the board of directors if we have a chance. Perhaps if I go.
But they wouldn't be at the hospital, would they?
Right, but if I go to the top dog,
they would have some offices there and a boardroom, almost certainly. It's not necessarily that they're there right now as a collective.
right.
Yeah.
At the very least, at the very least, Bethany could secure a list of the board members who may be interested in donating to her campaign. Potentially.
The hospital has a director who is the sort of CEO of and runs the daily operation.
Yeah, I'll talk to them.
Yeah.
I think
hold on.
someone.
He will have an assistant director that will probably be directly responsible for a certain part of the hospital, whereas the director is in charge of the hospital as a whole. And each sub-department would have their own bosses of some sort. You know that the Brotherhood is involved, and they usually do emergency care and psychological stuff. Psychotherapy.
Would there be a pharmacy there?
Absolutely.
That would be where they handle the pills, anything like this. We may well, so perhaps if Bethany is wanting to go and talk to the higher ups, the important people, which would be a good division of labor, perhaps Laura could go and talk to the people at the pharmacy. They may be the ones receiving these. And maybe we can find out where they are coming from, because we are not thinking they are actually coming from the hospital.
True. I think the only people who need to go and talk to the bosses is me and Elliot.
Yeah.
Elliot for the
two of the fancy
analysis
ones.
of. Yes. I laid on thick. Elliot is gauging their, involvement and reaction.
Do you want to take Jessica as a intimidation?
Jessica, did you want to say something? Did you have an idea before?
I haven't seen. I have a similar idea, but it will involve me and boss going to the higher ups, and perhaps Elliot. You know drugs. You know chemistry. If you could go and talk to the pharmacy. And then maybe Laura could talk to a nurse or something, someone who would know the floor.
We'll find out what.
Well, how they distribute the drugs if they're doing it among the patients.
Well, interrogating hospital staff isn't going to get that. None of them are going to admit to it.
Also, these are not the kind of drugs you would take in a hospital.
They might not admit it to me if they know I'm a cop. But if I just start asking around saying, hey, where do I get some of these? And as a private citizen,
You'll need to have a lot of money for them to be interested in answering those questions. It's incredibly excessive.
And also, one thing you can find out from staff is what actually happened 4 years ago. If some of them were here at that time, stuff that is not in the papers, stuff that actually happened, we could uncover that here.
Jessica, something that I thought you might be suited for, I've noticed that you're very light on your feet. Perhaps while Laura is keeping the pharmacist busy by speaking to them, you could maybe creep into the pharmacy and see if you can see any traces of these pills. And I give you a couple.
In which
Documents,
case,
maybe?
I could try, yeah.
perhaps I should then be the one who goes and sees if I can't actually score some, not as a cop.
Again, these are very, very high grade.
Oh, I know.
I don't think that
I'm not gonna be able to actually buy
let
them.
me finish. I don't. Sorry. I don't think that these are necessarily going to be like dealt out on a per person basis. I feel like this is some high level shit where they have been organizing this through lots of different chambers.
So
perhaps Eduardo and the boss then?
Well, so yeah, all right. But my point is, okay. So then, what do we think the drugs are actually for? Because I don't think this is medicinal.
No, I think it's for the war.
Or for business. This is corporation-run world, after all. The only reason I wanted Elliot to be with me is because I'm good at talking. I might not be the best at judging what people say to me back, you know? And Elliot seems to be a very good manipulator, as we see with Eduardo here, so
what?
I think...
What? I agree with Miss Stevens. I think
that's true.
the best place for me is to be with her and helping to interrogate.
So Bethany and Elliot, Jessica and Laura. Shall I just see what I can pick up?
Yeah, you can try. I just think that...
I think you're right. But I can try.
Yes. And
I'm
see
just
if you
concerned
can
that
get any rumors.
if you ask about something that is potentially way above your pay grade, that may draw a suspicion.
That's not necessarily a bad thing.
No.
Also, like, there's always the chance that they say, well, there's no way you can afford these bad boys. But what I can tell you...
Okay.
This is a
Also,
corporate
Eduardo,
hospital. Yeah?
if you can
It is.
see if there are any rumors about what happened 4 years ago, or if you can see if any of the board members are intensely interested in the pharmaceutical part of it all, you know, like maybe they visit a lot, maybe they go to the pharmacy, you know.
Laura would be the one who actually noticed that because she's going to the pharmacy, but yeah.
Yeah, you
I
just
can go to the
talk to the
pharmacy
people,
and
into the
I'll talk to
ground.
some people.
Okay. This sounds like a good plan.
Is it possible to get like outgoing phone records to determine if like the calls to the restaurant came from here?
Give me a computer. I can do that here.
Yeah, would that be possible?
Yes. I would say yes. They will store that digitally.
I can do that. That I can do.
Do the hacker thing!
Yeah.
We get a movie hacker montage.
I mean, I do
want to
that
see you typing on
first.
2 keyboards at once.
I will do that afterwards. I don't want to tip them off that I'm a... Because I probably have to I'll have to use the badge to get access to that. But easy enough to do when I have done that.
Okay.
All right, great. Well, we have a plan.
Ish.
And we arrive because Eduardo's been driving real fast.
Of course.
This whole time you've been like...
Let's start with...
sorry, I've got one last alternate option which may derail things. Eduardo, you have the drugs in your system. If you say that you have had a bad reaction and go in as a patient,
that's better.
Then they may have some kind of reaction to the fact that you have them.
That's much better. Okay, this is why they pay you the big bucks, which I'm salty about,
Elliot.
but good.
I am impressed. You are actually worth the money I spent on you. Very good.
Thank you.
I elbow Jessica and say, "Notice we're on."
Yeah, she just looks.
Let me clarify. She didn't need to purchase your services. I am quite expensive.
That doesn't make me feel a lot better, I'll be honest, Elliot.
Okay. I need some clarification here.
Money, like,
What plan are we starting with?
Bethany's first, I think. We pull up Bethany, gets out of the... Bethany and Elliot get out first, and then we send in
Yes.
Laura
Bethany
after.
in high heels and prom dress, and Elliot still fashionably suited for a Cybertronic guy.
Are you in the corpse shoes?
No, I'm not. I'm certainly not in the corpse shoes.
He still has. He could go to a nice dinner in what he's wearing. Not the opera, but still.
The opera is a bit too low-fi for me.
Yeah, exactly. If it didn't have a metal opera. How does Bethany Stevens, how do you proceed here? Because you are trying to come and do an impromptu, get a meeting with the director, I guess.
Yes, without prior bookings, unfortunately. But I go in already looking like I'm ready for the opera. I try to act haggard, like I am here on very strict and very quickly needed business. I don't have time for bullshit. And also, I make sure that my brotherhood symbol is visible somewhere. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Understood.
So we
Elliot,
come into
how do you assist her in this? In what way?
I'm certainly not wearing any brotherhood symbols. I'm just going to neaten up my clothes. I'm going to act as basically an assistant, which is really what I am in this situation. What I will do is ask, what angle are we going at this at? Are we trying to find information about the board because you're interested in donations, or are we going to be upfront about the investigation?
We'll feel out the soil a little bit with their interest in politics, but I do want to go straight to the point and see how they react to me trying to procure drugs.
Okay.
So when you arrive, you sort of go to the business entrance, not the emergency entrance, and there's a receptionist there, and he will notice that you're too well dressed to be here, and he asks what he can help you with.
Hi, I am so sorry. I know this is not how these things are done, but I'm on a very tight schedule. Bethany Stevens, Governor of Eastside, a pleasure. For you, obviously. I am here on a very important, urgent business with the director. I urgently need to speak to them.
He's in a meeting right now. Can I, before I disturb him, can I have any information what this is about? Is this an emergency?
Oh yes, it is an emergency, but I don't think this is something that receptionists are allowed on. This is something quite important. But how long will the meeting be? Is he with the board of directors right now?
Why don't you do a persuasion check?
I do. I gladly do that.
Can I help? Absolutely. You can stare at him and give him the cues that he should do this immediately.
Yeah.
Anyone else quietly hope that the board of directors is sitting so Bethany can just like kick the double doors open and burst in and be like,
Absolutely.
Yes. So I'm doing persuade, yes?
Yes.
I'm doing
Personality persuade.
Can I make mine psychotherapy because I'm trying to imply you might die? If you
I
don't
will
do this
allow
thing.
it. I will allow it.
And it's just one dice for helping, isn't it?
Yes.
With your eyebrow wiggle.
Fun fact, Brenda and I used to run a youth group, theatre youth group together. And yes, if you don't do this, you might die was definitely a vibe we tried to channel at times.
Nice.
Daria, how many successes?
Right, so I'm trying to understand my traits here because I rolled 2 successes, but one of them is a 2, which is my focus.
So double.
And
So that dice that shows 2 generates 2 successes. The other one is a
Yes.
single success. So that's
so I have 3
successes.
successes. And a successful persuade test yields 1 additional point of momentum per rank of naturally charming. So I generate momentum here.
Yes. It won't be any use in this particular situation, so you can pull that, and I will write that
So
down.
do I have 3 momentum or 1 momentum right now? I just don't get it.
No, momentum is you needed 2 success, so you actually generate 2 momentum here because you 1 natural because of the dice and 1 bonus momentum, so you generated 2 momentums for that.
I also got
but
a
you can't
success.
So that success will also be a momentum. So in the pool, there's right now 3 momentum. You
Nice
can only
work,
pool.
guys.
Yeah, that was good. He picks up the phone, and you can hear him talk to the secretary person, and he stresses that it's the director needs to take this meeting immediately, and so she will.
Can I understand from their conversation who the director is meeting with?
No, you can't.
Can we peek into the conference room as the director leaves?
No, it's on another floor, and you can hear. The assistant, the secretary, will show you up to the director's office. And
Are we there alone waiting for him?
yes,
In
you
his
are.
office?
You have, yes, you are trusted. Take the opportunity.
There are
if you
probably
want to.
cameras.
I want to see if I notice any cameras.
Me too. I love cameras.
Yeah, okay. You can both do an observation check then. Awareness observation.
I'm good at spotting paparazzi. Oh, I rolled a natural 1 and a 16.
Nice.
Rip.
I got 1 success.
So, if I recall, let's see. Okay, so Bethany got 2 success. You do not see any cameras, and neither does Elliot.
Oh, let's get our little fingers out. Come on.
So, are you going to start searching for stuff? Is that what I'm hearing?
Elliot, should we? Oh, can we use momentum on this to do it before
Absolutely.
he shows up?
But you need to make a successful observation before you.
Well-
you need to make. If you're going to search the room, you're going to make another observation check. Okay, the one you did now, that's just to make sure you weren't observed.
Which we're definitely not. Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely not.
So
Well, okay,
if you want to
you
make
do
another one to
observing.
search the room, you can make another observation check and use momentum to speed that process up.
Okay. Also, I will leave actual fingering through papers to Elliot. I will be the lookout. I'll be close to the door because I don't want to be caught like snooping.
Yeah. Look, I think the important thing is to not like we're expecting the director, so we don't want anything to be out of place. So I just want to see what is already out, whether anything can be gleaned from what is already out. Maybe wander past the desk, see if there's any paperwork on the desk, or if he has a computer, see if anything's on the computer.
He does not have a computer, and make that observation check. Please.
Okay. I'm gonna use one of my my big boy points.
Your
My
big boy
chronicle,
points.
one of my chronicle points for a success. And I'm gonna buy 2 dice.
Ooh. Okay.
Wow.
Buying 2 dice so that I have 4 total.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's not completely diving off the deep end.
Imagine he has the same book, the fucking Withering Heights or whatever.
Imagine.
Imagine, wink.
Okay, that is 2 successes. So I've got 3 total. I'm just seeing if I have anything else. Nope.
Okay.
Can we use the momentum to help with this roll?
This is just speeding it.
You can help. Yeah, you can only do it to speed it up, really.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, I've got three successes.
That's still plenty. I'm gonna allow you to use all the momentum in the pool to bring it down to do it really quick.
Brilliant.
And you do find that Natalie Davis, which is the name of the director, she's brought out a lot of financial documents about different types of purchases the hospital has been making. There's some drugs on it, but there's also other types of medical equipment, heart monitors, and daily stuff, bandages, and whatever a hospital would need on a frequent basis.
If I'm looking at a list of drugs and chemicals and stuff, I know the chemical composition of these drugs. Can I keep an eye out for those?
You could, if you make a science check.
Sick. Okay. I'm gonna buy 3 dice.
Ooh, the spoils. When do I get to use them?
Then the hospital crashed down around them.
There's an explosion.
Okay. So I got a natural 1, which on this dice says fuck, which is quite funny.
Nice.
But it's like fuck yeah.
The other fuck yeah.
I have 4 out of 5 successes plus the crit. And I'm going to re-roll my 1 failure because that's a thing that I can do.
I believe so.
Yep, and that is another success.
So 5 success.
Stonks.
5.
Yep.
5 success with 1 crit.
Yeah, and that's a lot more than you needed. So you got another 3 momentums in the pool. Yeah, some of the drugs, chemicals needed to make the drug are on this list. Absolutely. Okay, there's another forest fire maybe. I'm sorry about that. I have my balcony door open because of the heat.
A large portion of Europe is on fire right now, so.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, her name was Natalie
Davis.
Davis. Okay.
Would those drugs be used for, those chemicals, would they be used in other drugs as well?
Yeah.
Yes, they are. I was going to get to that. They are if not common, at least they are common in hospital environments.
Yeah.
So it's not suspicious to see them here.
No, it's the right chemicals, but not all of the chemicals that you would need. Some of the substances could probably be synthesized with what's on this list. Probably.
Okay. Anything else of note on that list, on the paperwork, the financials?
The hospital seems to be quite affluent. They are making a profit.
Are there any columns either ingoing or outgoing which are listed as bribe?
Consulting fees.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Are there any names associated with those consulting fees?
No, only corporations.
Okay. And basically every corporation or only capital?
It's difficult for you to know.
Sure.
You can't determine which company is a capital company or not.
Sure.
You only see the names here and the organization numbers.
Yeah, sure.
For my own clarity, are we saying that there isn't the ingredients here, even with synthesizing, to make the drugs exclusively with the chemicals that Elliot can see?
Elliot could Elliot determines that you could possibly do it.
Right.
If you had enough time with what's on this list, you could.
Okay.
In theory, you could synthesize any substance if you only have hydrogen. In theory.
Yeah. Eventually.
But, yeah, exactly. But it's not quite that bad. But it's theoretically possible to use the materials on the list to make the drug. In theory, but practicality is very low.
Okay.
I will share that with Bethany.
Yeah, and at this time, when you're sort of done, the Natalie Davis shows up with her assistant in tow, and she shakes hands with Bethany. And Governor, what can I do for you today?
I am so sorry to rip you out of your busy schedule.
Oh, I should have done that with a feminine voice. I'm so sorry. We're going to skip that because it's going to sound ridiculous when I do that. I can do an old lady. Yeah.
That's fine. So, Ms. Davis, I know this is very impromptu, and as you can see, I wasn't expecting to do this myself. But there is a bit of a situation concerning Mr. Sterling. And I try to see what her reaction to the name is.
She asked you, John Sterling?
Yes, the governor, my colleague.
Yeah, what about him? I haven't seen him in several years.
Right, I did hear that he was on the board of directors before this, and isn't he still?
No, he was part of the board of directors. Let's see now. That must have been 4 years ago, right before we did the restructure.
Out of character, didn't we hear that he's still there?
No.
Or am I imagining?
Yeah,
we did.
You did.
Oh.
You did.
From who? Because it's been a couple of weeks. I don't remember.
I think it was my research, wasn't it? Through papers and things.
Yes, you did.
So, in papers, he's still in this bitch. But she's saying he's not.
Well,
She says he's not.
Yep.
you have a psychotherapist right there.
Yeah, we have a psychotherapist right there. I wink at him. Not like a little bit sneakily.
Can you just clarify what documents have I seen and what exactly do they indicate his role is? His involvement?
The documents you would have found would be the yearly financial reports and the signatories of that report, and his name was on those as part of the board that green light certified that this is above board.
And that was recent.
Yeah, that was the last year's report. That's the one that you read.
Okay.
She's so full of shit. Can we detect if she's lying or if she doesn't know?
You will have to ask one or the other questions of me. I can't answer both of them at the same time. You make up your mind. Which one do you want to know?
I am pretty sus of her, so I want to see if her eyes are like shifting around, if she's like, is there's like a nervous sweat on her brow, like basically, is she trying to like bullshit us to our face?
Okay, so you're asking if she's lying, and you need to make an awareness insight. And Elliot, you want to try to?
Yeah, I do as well. I'm wondering if I can use my psychotherapy to get away with it, but I'll do observation.
Elliot, Brendan, you can do a synthesized test. You can use your awareness ability.
Yep.
With the skill for psychotherapy. So
fantastic.
You add your expertise to your awareness, basically.
Right. Am I helping or am I doing my own role?
Now you're doing your own role because you're not actually telling her what you're doing beside her.
I'm very happy with how low I'm rolling because I rolled a 4 and a 1, so that's 3 successes on me. Yes.
Oh, Bethany.
So Bethany, she's definitely holding information back, but you don't think she's actually lying as far as she knows.
Okay.
I'm telling you everything. And Elliot,
I got 2 successes.
Yeah, that's more than enough. She is definitely hiding information. That's absolutely. But you do not believe she to be lying. She doesn't show any signs of telling a lie.
Sure. I'm sorry. I'm just a little bit confused because I could have sworn that there were papers showing Mr. Sterling as a signatory and as a member of the board as of the last financial year.
No, I would know that, she says, and no, he's not. He left the board at GNM's 4 years back, and as far as I know, the new company that was formed during this year, the board of directors is myself. I am sitting on the board. I'm not the head of the board, and she names a few other names, and those names shows up, and you both just, okay, these are names that were on the encrypted list that John Sterling had. A few of them, not all of them. And she does not mention them. Those are, and it is 5-person board.
Do those names line up with the list of board members that I'm working off?
2 of them only. 3 of them weren't on the financial reports.
And all of those members of the board have been with the hospital since the rebranding?
Absolutely, she says.
Interesting.
That was.
Well, Miss Davis, are you in contact with Mr. Sterling at all these days?
Not really. I haven't seen him. Well, I think we were at a party together a few months ago. Didn't really talk to him. I just say hello.
And he wasn't very interested in the hospital going-ons?
Not really.
Hold
on. Elliot and Bethany, you can both make an insight check.
Sure.
Ooh, don't mind if I do. Well, I sucked. That's 2 fails.
It's okay. I got 2 successes.
Buy some dice.
No.
2 of the names that you mentioned that were on the list, they struck you, now that you mentioned them, they struck you as a little odd. And you start to believe that maybe those 2 names are brothers of the Brotherhood.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Well, we know that hospital is Brotherhood owned.
Oh, well, it's not anymore. It's capital owned with Brotherhood kind of supporting the running of it, right?
Right, they're sponsoring it, yeah.
Would they keep themselves quiet? Would the Brotherhood not want their names official?
Well, we're aware of it.
Well, it's not a secret. It's just that the Brotherhood prefers to not, make a fuss about it. It's just they just want to get the job done, basically. And usually they work only in the emergency area and psycho wards.
Classic. Does Natalie Davis seem like a capital person?
Yes, absolutely, she is. She's a citizen.
Were you going to try and buy some drugs from her?
Yes, I'm just seeing if Elliot has any more questions before I get into the drugs.
And then now I can't remember what it was. Ms. Davis, were you involved with the hospital prior to the reopening and the rebranding?
Yes, I was. I was the chief of surgeons. I'm retired now from medical practice. My hands aren't what they used to be. She is a little old.
Congratulations on the promotion.
I did have to buy in, though, in the company.
Of course. I'm just impressed that you managed to stay with the company despite that awful controversy that happened a few years ago.
Yeah, it was a mess. She starts to ramble about reminiscing about the whole affair, and what you get from it is that there was an emergency shortage of emergency medical care products, all types of medicines. So that board decided to import some drugs to make up for the deficiencies, and got caught doing it. That's what it boiled down to, really. And
that must have been an awful surprise for you. Insight.
Zoom in.
Yes, it was. We were never informed of the board's decision at the time. I do believe that the decision was made in good faith. The whole point of it was to provide medical care in the end, and the drugs were used for that purpose, as far as I know.
I want to roll insight on her whole statement.
Yeah, on her.
And I just need to welcome our raiders. Thank you very much for the raid, Ozquest. Hope you're doing well.
Yo.
What were you guys up to?
We're trying to solve a murder, but there's so much corruption, it's really hard to tell who's actually corrupt and who's just idiots.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are the
And
idiots.
the
That's
idiots
the
are
answer.
us, yeah. They were playing Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Ooh.
Nice. Some D&D.
So yeah, DM, I would like to see if she's telling the truth about being surprised, and if she believes that they did this in good faith.
Okay.
I'll be back very quickly, guys.
Yeah. Can this be psychotherapy, or because I'm trying to elicit responses, or is it observation?
I'll allow it. Because it's your speciality, I'll allow it.
Amazing. I'm going to buy 3 dice, please.
Somebody stop this man.
going in hard.
Wow. Okay.
Please fail.
Well, look. I don't have anything under 10.
Jesus, what?
But I have shenanigans. So
Yes.
as a counselor, I may re-roll any dice that did not generate a success on the initial roll. So that's all of them? No, 4 of the 5. So I'm going to re-roll 4 of them.
Counselor of what, pray tell?
Personalities.
Sure.
Oh my god, I got 1 more success from that re-roll.
Ooh. Oof.
Thought this whole thing was shenanigans.
Can I use a chronicle point to re-roll as well?
Yes, you can.
God damn,
Fantastic.
he's going in.
Brendan, when you
Can't
go
be
in
stopped.
hard, you go in hard.
Yes.
Well,
Balls
only
to the
because I roll
walls.
like shit.
It's refusing to fail.
Yeah, so
Too
you know
cool
what
for
I did
failing.
that's very funny is I rolled a natural 20 and got no more successes.
Oh my god.
Oh,
At least
Brendan.
the DM is happy.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. I've been waiting for repercussion forever. It hasn't been.
Oh,
Yeah, we haven't
that's
had
a
any
repercussion
since-
roll.
yeah.
Yeah,
Since the first two.
yeah. And it's only you been that's generated any of them.
Yep.
That's
I had 2 in our first
yeah.
session and then none last session.
Achievement unlocked.
So 2 successes total.
Two successes, and you do get the feeling that she's obfuscating information, absolutely.
Yeah.
But you don't think that she's lying per se, as far as she knows. But she knows more than she's telling.
Sure.
At this time, I'm going to use your repercussion. While you're talking, she's offered you some whiskey, and you spill it all over her. And that kind of brings the whole scene to an end prematurely, for your part.
We don't get to buy drugs now.
Don't worry, I've got it.
We're on it.
And you Elliot and Bethany, you kind of, oops, clumsy me, and you are escorted out, and she's cursing a little bit because of your clumsiness. And we're going to go to the next part, and I'm still slightly confused what Elliot, Eduardo, Jessica, or Laura is going to do.
Well, Laura and Jessica were going to the... Sorry. You do it, Karen.
Yeah.
We were going to the pharmacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna.
So Laura is bait and Jessica is gonna try to snoop around.
Yeah. I'm gonna distract him with lots of banal cop-like questions while Jessica just sneaks out the back and like tosses. the
Okay.
place.
So you're tossing the pharmacy.
No.
That's rude.
She's gonna open drawers and look,
Search would be a better word.
yes, search. without trying not to leave any traces behind.
Okay.
That would be
Laura,
rude.
why don't you try a persuade to just bullshit the staff to pay attention to you and not Jessica?
Ooh.
Buy dice.
Yeah, I'm just checking what my persuasion's like. Oh, not too bad actually.
Still buy dice.
I would like to buy an extra dice, please.
Okay.
That is 2 successes. Sadly, not a crit.
Oh, that's good. And you're just rambling about. Do you ask any actual questions about anything relevant?
I'm just going to ask, like, what's the procedure getting drugs from the pharmacy? Do people need to see someone at this hospital, or can they have a script from elsewhere?
While you're asking that kind of questions, you're getting all the information you really don't need, but you are going to get the information.
I'm going to know everything about how the pharmacy at this hospital operates.
Exactly. And Jessica, while you're snooping around, I need you to make a thievery check.
Okay.
Thievery.
This thievery for this, that's snooping around without being detected.
Okay. So I'm going to burn 1 chronicle point to get a. Does that mean insta success, or
Yes,
does that
does.
mean a nat 1?
It's a nat 1.
It's actually a nat 1.
Okay, so that's 2 successes immediately because I
Nice.
have focus in that.
Expertise. Yeah.
Yeah, I have expertise and focus in it, so I'm not sure how that works. And I'm going to buy 2 extra dice.
Oh, okay.
Knowledge.
Because this is supposed to be her like one of her
I am
things.
not fucking this up.
Yes.
So roll 4 dice, and you already have 2
Yeah.
natural successes.
Just on the subject of not fucking things up, I rolled 15 dice on one of my best subjects and managed to fuck up.
It's
Yeah,
like that time when you
that's-
convinced me to take the drugs.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I'm very happy that I bought that success because that was 4 fails.
On the thing you're really good at.
Yikes. Yeah,
Well, she has
surprising.
a-
Thievery.
Yeah,
It's not
stealth,
one of her favorite things.
it's not her favorite thing, but she's supposed to be good at it. The target number is 8 for it, and I got a 9 as the lowest.
Wow.
So I'm glad I bought those extra
It's hilarious.
successes.
Eduardo should be doing this. He's better at thievery than you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she's good at stealth. She has a 10 stealth.
Sneaking about. But this isn't just sneaking.
Yeah.
This is gathering information covertly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, what is it that you're looking for? You did succeed, but I need to
Okay.
know
Yeah,
what I'm
she's
supposed to have.
specifically looking for any drugs that look the same as the ones she has in her hand that Eduardo gave her. No, Elliot gave
Okay.
her. Eduardo gave
Yeah,
her.
I don't have any.
the ones that you
Yeah.
found on
Elliot.
the shirt.
Yeah.
You do not find any drugs like that.
Okay. She has no idea, like the names of stuff. She can identify paracetamol, basically, because it's not in her skill set. But she will try to make a note of anything that seems weird. But other than that, she doesn't. Other than the drugs in her hand.
Unfortunately, for Jessica, a lot of the medications here are weird.
Yeah.
They're heart medicines, they're kidney medicines, and whatever, and
Yeah.
all of them just weird. And
Yeah.
determining what's more weird than other weird stuff is, finding a needle in a stack of needles.
Yeah.
So basically, this is a dead end. The
Yeah.
dungeon master is going to just stop. Okay.
Yeah.
We have
And then
nothing
she
here.
basically.
Okay.
Yeah. And then she goes like, and
Okay. Didn't
bit
find anything. too bad.
disgruntled and sneaks back out and then covertly joins Laura with a, did you find anything?
Yeah, I know. I know how shipping manifest works.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
know.
Laura does. Yeah. So, Eduardo, what are you going to do, my man?
Eduardo would park the limo around the side and then stagger into
In the ambulance bay.
No. I know. He specifically doesn't want it to be seen that he's getting out of a limo. And then he will stagger into
That
the
you
ER.
drove here.
Yeah. Then he will stagger into the ER on foot.
Okay.
And would Eduardo have a vague idea of what the come down from this might be? Like
No.
wooziness, then he'll probably be aiming for like wooziness, like muddle-headedness, like the opposite. Basically, he's thinking the opposite of what it made him feel like good in the first place. And yeah, he would come in and looking like he's having a really rough time.
Okay, so what happens to Elliot, to Eduardo? I'm gonna send you a message on Discord. It's going to take me a few moments to write that down because this is going to be fun.
Excellent.
Yeah, secrets.
Because this was Elliot's idea, he would have given Eduardo a few pointers on what he would expect to come down to look like in terms of physical symptoms.
My brain's just immediately flashing to the Umbrella Academy. It's like excessive thirst, burning and itching, frequent urination.
Sounds like
Itching.
beer.
I haven't caught up on season 3 yet. Is it any good? Anyone see season 3 of Umbrella Academy?
Yet.
No. I can't say I enjoyed 2 enough to want to bother. 1 was good, 2 less so.
Yeah, I felt the same.
Like it was nice to
It
have.
didn't help that it was coming out at the same time as The Boys.
You can read that. Oops.
That sounds like something.
Wow.
I just
Okay.
used some dark symmetry points for that.
Bad.
Josh has
And,
just lost a few of his organs through his anus.
Not quite.
Wow, very specific.
Yeah. I really enjoy that because I've generated like 1 of those dark symmetry points this entire game. I have bought a single dice today.
Yeah, exactly. For those who bought it, we got rid of Josh.
Yeah, alright.
But it doesn't mean that you're out of the game. You have 1 part to play still.
Okay.
You have your
That sounds
extracurricular
menacing.
character.
I am out.
You like die?
I mean, do I get to tell them what happened to me or no?
We'll
Well,
do
you
it
haven't
when we
failed
do the
yet.
character-
Okay.
When we do the character revelation, and
Okay.
we'll do that.
I mean, technically he hasn't
so-
failed
Goes
yet.
MIA.
Yeah, I am
Please,
gone.
am I
I'm
right?
out of action. Yeah.
What?
So,
the plan was
the
for
rest
him to
of
be
you
an
gather-
inpatient at the
I mean,
hospital,
I
so-
want this to be on record that all of this, from taking the drug to doing this, was Elliot's idea.
Yes. All of it is Elliot. Smartest man in
Yes.
the
It
room.
was a good idea. I didn't disagree with any of it.
Gather at limousine.
I'm
Yeah.
wildly curious as
it's-
to what just happened now.
Yeah.
Well, as someone who frequently plays video games, you're not on 0 hit points yet.
Nope.
No. I'm actually in a great place. Like,
Yeah.
I'm nowhere near death. If the rest of you could die, I won't die.
Cool.
Josh has
Not
ascended
confident.
to be a god.
Bethany, time's ticking. It's time to get to the opera.
Do we not get to shoot out the hospital, Elliot?
No.
I mean, I do have a gun now.
All right. So I need to go to the opera. What's our plan? Where is everyone? We can't communicate because we don't have cell phones.
I just imagine that all of you gather around the limousine.
Yeah, meet back at the limo.
And find
Okay,
Eduardo.
we didn't-
And Eduardo is missing.
Okay. Oh well. Sad. Anyway, moving on. Guys, Jessica, you good at finding things? Can you find Eduardo for us
I could
while
give it a
I go to
try,
the opera? Yes.
Elliot
and Laura.
unless you want. Okay.
Hmm?
Unless
Jessica.
you want a bodyguard at the opera, I can give it a try.
I have never in my life been attacked in the opera. I'm sure nothing bad will happen.
I'm sure that's what Lincoln said as well, but about theater.
Yes, I am sure everything will be fine and dandy.
Nothing bad ever happened to the theater.
I have to show something to my boss though, because believe it or not, even I have overhead. Not as pretty as my head, but still. So what do we do now? My oh so expensive employees. Okay, thanks.
Shenanigans.
No, I'm just trying to think to summarize what progress we've made today, because we've made a lot of progress.
Is it possible that there is a shadow board of directors at this hospital?
A shadow board.
Yes.
Raid shadow board.
No.
Play it today.
No.
No, please.
Thanks for sponsoring us.
Yeah.
No.
That was actually a possibility a couple of months ago.
No way. You
Yeah.
said
Yesterday.
No, I was
and
not interested.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And
they always
3
ask
months
you.
ago.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
no. Today.
It's a really
earlier
annoying
today, yeah.
offer that's heavily slanted in our favor. You want in?
Okay, so we know that he's kind of on the board, but also not. He's doing his investigation on the people who's on the board. Where does that leave us? I would love to arrest someone before I go to the opera. I'd love that.
There were a few of the names of the new board members who were on the list of names the coded list of names, who.
Two members of the old board are on the new shadow board.
I love that you call it shadow board.
Sounds
Yeah,
cool, you know.
If I remember right, the list of names that the what's her face, Natalie Davis,
Mm-hmm.
that she listed, 2 of the names were on the old board.
So could they
But
be the
then the-
liaisons between the public board and this shadow board that the real board may not know even exists?
Yeah, she was keeping things from us, but didn't outright lie, which was quite clever and suggests someone who's been doing this for a long time.
Well, here's the thing. It's really easy to lie when you don't know what the truth is.
I think she knows at least some of the truth. I don't think she's entirely in the dark. DM, can I cross-reference this list, this coded list, with the names that we got from both boards, from the board that she told us and the board that we know?
You've already done that, basically. That's how you realized that 2 of the names existed on both lists.
On the coded list?
Yes.
And on the list that she gave us?
Yes.
And on the publicly known list?
Oh, yeah, it would be. Absolutely.
Okay.
The same 2 persons.
But we don't have a reason to think this coded list is the shadow board.
Are you asking me that?
There's only 2 names.
Make an insight check.
Okay.
It's a good question.
I'm gonna buy 2 dice.
I'm so gonna get into a terrorist attack on the opera.
Looking forward to it. 3 successes.
3 successes. That seems very plausible to you. That they
Okay.
are.
Because my running theory was that this coded list was a list of people in this Ouroboros society, which may actually still be the same thing. Anyway, I share with the others that this coded list is the list of the shadow board members.
Question: are any of these guys going to be at the opera tonight?
Probably. Here's the thing. I think that at least somebody needs to look into Eduardo. What if he's again off his rockers, like lying on the pavement somewhere full of drugs? He has a warrant written by my name. This wouldn't be good if someone found him in that state. So
I'll
Jessica
find
or
him.
Laura, who wants to sleuth out the Eduardo's disappearance?
I'll find him. I could probably carry him if he's in a ditch somewhere.
Beautiful. Then Laura and Elliot, I think you're gonna be my +2 to the opera, and we'll try and figure out if any people there have cool tattoos or love drugs.
Okay.
Or both.
We'll start with Jessica. Make
Yes.
how do you want to do the search for Eduardo?
Knowing
I would have told them a little bit about what I planned to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knowing the plan that he was going to go into the ER, she's going to start there, walk up to whatever reception exists, or someone who looks like they're not in a panic state of trying to save people's lives, and ask, not by name, but by guy, but yay, hi, looks like this and this, speaks with an accent.
Where's brown cover? Where's a brown coverall with a badge?
Yeah, basically.
I would have not shown the badge.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, brown coveralls, but yay, hi.
And you don't mention his name either.
No, she would go in, but so my buddy Eduardo was feeling a bit odd. Have you seen him? He said he will be coming here. It's got yay, hi, brown coveralls.
She starts going through and realize at the first page, basically first or second name at the top on the top page, Eduardo Ignelli.
Oh yeah, that'd be his name. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's in the emergency room. Why? He's been poisoned.
Poison? No, he was. When I saw him last, he was just feeling a bit odd. He said he would come in here.
He said he came in here and said he had taken some drugs that had an adverse effect. So he's in the emergency room right now.
Well, I'm with the police department
that's all I
on
know.
the east side.
She's telling you that's all I know right here. If you want me to call the emergency room to check on him, I could do that.
That'd be great, please. We're with the police department in the east side, so if I could go in, unless he's in a procedure or something, that'd be great.
Oh yeah, unless there's a crime being committed in the ER, you're not allowed in.
That's fine. I just want to know that he's okay. Yeah.
Let me check. And she picks up a intercom phone. Mm-hmm. And she has a small discussion. I'm sorry to say, but your partner has been taken to intensive care. He's on dialysis, and they've induced a medical coma to make sure he doesn't suffer any side effects. He's in sleepy time.
Okay. If I leave the number from my boss. No, wait, she's going to the opera.
You have your own number.
Oh, yeah.
You have your briefcase phone.
So if I leave you my number, if anything changes, could you call me? Because
well, we don't have an emergency contact person. So if you want to be that person, that will be fantastic, really.
Yeah, sure, I can be that. I'm not sure about his
family. Takes down your telephone number and contact address, and you need to fill out some forms. Yeah. Oh, perfect.
You can basically hear her swearing under her breath as she fills it up like stupid people taking drugs.
Also, you end up also having to you get the what would we call the invoice for his medical care.
Yeah,
sent to
she
the
looks
police
at
department.
it and goes, yeah, she looks at it and goes, boss will pay this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the police department take care of their own. So absolutely, but and we'll skip to the opera.
Yep.
What would Jessica do after that? It's late in the evening.
Like,
she tell the others?
She would. Yeah, she'll phone She'll call Elliot. And they took the limo, didn't they?
They would have.
Yeah.
Of course. We're not walking to the opera when we have a limo.
No, so she calls Elliot and Elliot.
Miss O'Sullivan, yes.
So it seems that Eduardo is in intensive care now. Not sure what you guys did, but he is in a coma.
A coma? DM, does it sound like I want to figure out if, based on what I know about this drug, that this seems like a normal reaction?
No, it isn't.
Well, I don't know what...
But a medical procedure for unknown substances in a person would be to put them in a dialysis and a medical-induced coma to prevent brain damage and other kidney failures and whatever. So that's a preventative measure from a hospital.
Yeah, so not the coma, but like he was presenting as bad enough to warrant that. Does that seem like a normal reaction?
No, not to you.
Yeah. That's very odd. I mean, these are potentially drugs that the wealthy are taking almost recreationally, or at least to help to focus them. So if these were drugs that had a high chance of making someone desperately unwell, then they wouldn't be worth as much as they are. So I'm not sure if he's taken something else. Eduardo is in a coma. Look, you let us know. Keep us up to date. You can call me. I'll make sure that I'm available. Hopefully he comes out of this okay. I wonder if maybe what he took was spiked.
Do you think possibly it might be that it's suspicious that the hospital that we were investigating
Jessica is going to stay. She's going to stay.
Oh, this
behind.
person who comes into this showing symptoms of the thing that we produce, we might just have to knock him out indefinitely.
Very sus.
So he never talks about it again.
Yeah,
One of the things on Jessica's sheet is it says cautious, so she's gonna stick around. She's not leaving that ER.
Staking out that bitch.
Now that I think about it, the idea was to send him there to see what their response would be to having this particular drug in his system. So this is definitely a response.
Elliot, you're saying your idea was great and it worked.
Well, this is exactly what we wanted.
Any data is good data.
Miss Stevens,
I disagree with that assessment.
You're in a coma.
Ms. Stevens, can I ask who we're meeting at the opera tonight?
Well, I am going to be glad-handing all around, but also Esther Greenbaum is my patron, as it were, and I will have to talk with her quite a bit about this.
I'm just wondering, is it...
The Shadow Realm.
Yes, is Bethany's patron on the coded list, DM?
Hold on.
That would be wicked sus. Of me.
Is Bethany on the list?
Job well done.
Oh!
Phone died.
Sorry. Yeah, I noticed. Don't know why.
Tony just doesn't want us to see how he rubs his hands and menacingly smiles.
My battery ran out.
It's so he can't see the suggestive beard stroke when he's thinking.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that it happened just as Tony responded to Captain Kazi, observing that his beard is awesome.
The beard's too awesome for the camera.
I'm sorry about that. You guys can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Okay. As I was using my mobile phone as camera, the battery died.
Oh well.
Okay.
That's okay.
Well, we can hear you.
Well, yeah, we can still
imagine
hear
the
you.
beard.
I will put in a different person instead.
Oh, put in the dead guy from the picture.
Yeah, perfect. Anyway, what was the question? I'm sorry, I got confused.
Is Bethany's patron on the coded list?
No, Esther Greenbaum is not on the list.
Is Bethany?
Would we
That's a
not
very good
notice by
question.
this point?
Yeah, you'd
Yes.
hope we'd pick that
No.
up.
I just had to ask, just in case.
Yeah, it's actually a valid question, but
It was me all along.
Oh, it's Stephanie Beavens.
Ah,
But if you swap the letters around,
you've seen too much.
yeah.
always has been.
Dun, dun, dun.
Cool. I'm wondering, Ms. Stevens, I mean, I of course would love to accompany you to the opera to help you answer any difficult questions, but given Eduardo's circumstances, I'm wondering if it is worth at least Laura or myself to go back to the hospital and assist Jessica.
In what exactly? What are you going to do?
To find him?
Well, you know where he is, in medical coma. Are you going to smuggle him out, try to get him out of medical coma and discuss what happened?
Well, we can try to see who was the person who ordered the coma in the first place. They're obviously in the know of what these drugs are.
The other possibility is that he just went a little hard on the I'm ODing acting, and they responded appropriately in their minds.
Yeah,
There's a
but
non-sinister
they would have
explanation.
tested him.
Yes, and
Take
what they
time.
found was 50% of his blood is drug, other 50% is apple juice. So you can go if you want, but
You're
I'm
forgetting
just...
the pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
If you got pizza in your
see.
blood, you need dialysis.
Yes.
You need
50% blood, 50% drug, 50% apple juice, 50% pizza.
coma. Yes, that's
You've got
how percent works.
150% of your
Yeah.
body.
Yeah.
All right, so who wants to go look at his dead body and who wants to brave the world of rich people with me?
Well, the thing is, the names on the list
Oh, I
Are
screwed
at
up
the
the
opera.
overlay.
yeah,
My
could
bad.
you? Yeah. Thank you.
There we go.
It doesn't need. Yeah.
The names on the list are at the opera. I think our best chance of helping Eduardo is finding out what's going on here.
Please.
Okay.
Okay, so that doesn't really
And-
answer
and,
my
like,
question, but thank
I'm
you for your
sure-
input, Laura.
Laura, are you saying that you think that all three of us should go to the opera?
Yes, I
Yes.
think we need to go
Okay.
to the opera, we need to find these motherfuckers,
Yes.
and we need to twist their thumbs until they tell us what they're up to. And which one of them
Beautiful.
killed John
I
Sterling.
agree. I agree. We have guns. We got guns. Eduardo, okay. Like the surgeon will be there tomorrow. Eduardo might not, but the surgeon will. So we deal with the opera, and then we figure out what happened with Eduardo.
I can see you clearly didn't pay as much for Eduardo's services as mine. Okay.
Yes, it was quite cheap.
Also, I'm sure Jessica's got this.
Yes, Jessica's
Okay.
got this.
Jessica,
By the way-
we have decided that you have this.
Oh, give me the phone for a sec. Hey, Jessica, you
Hi.
definitely got this. I also suddenly remembered that you were stripped of your duty for some unknown mysterious reason last time. So please don't fuck this up. Goodbye.
Good luck.
She'll just look at the phone like, okay then.
I feel so much better.
Yeah, fuck,
And yeah, she definitely goes and asks for the names of the people in care, and
Okay, we'll skip that part.
So she's basically a looming presence in the ER.
For the rest of the scenario, Jessica and Eduardo are not part of the game as much as they could be.
And then there were 3.
Yeah, exactly. 10 little Indians. So we arrive at the opera. It's a big gala. And the paparazzis are out in force. It's a red carpet event. Any preferable operas that you would like to see?
There's more than one shown at a time?
No, I was asking the players if there's opera.
Lucia de la
It's a freaking great opera.
Fledermaus, yeah?
The Fledermaus.
The Fledermaus.
Cavenpag.
I
Cavalier
thought it would
Rusticano
be...
or Pagliacci?
Tales of Hoffman.
Yeah,
Remember how in Back to the Future there's like a room with a bunch of TVs showing different channels in the future? I thought Tony is implying that there's like different kinds of opera all together, singing at the same time. That's the worst.
It's competitive opera. There's 3 going all on the one stage.
Oh my god, yes.
You have a multi-channel headset?
Yes.
It's just like silent disco, but an opera.
So whatever they said, Sexy Mouse, opera about Sexy Mouse.
Sexy Mouse. The Fledermaus.
Right.
That's pretty good, actually. You missed something. Anyway, you arrive. They are staging the Fledermaus. And it's a red carpet event, like I said. And Bethany, who's driving, by the way?
I'm taking over driving.
Yeah, Laura, I think.
Elliot and Bethany don't drive.
Yeah. So, Elliot, are you escorting Bethany? More or less?
If Bethany allows me to escort her, then sure. I will very much follow her lead.
Yes, I take
this
them
is a
both in.
black tie event, and you're not really dressed for that, but you could get away with what you're really already wearing.
Could we swing past a suit store and pick up?
Actually, you could probably send for a suit with your financials and contacts. You could just, I need my tuxedo.
Yeah, great. The one with all the wiring, please.
You don't wear anything off the shelf, off the rack. The shit is
My
custom.
ship's custom.
Yeah.
It's got Tron stripes across it.
Obviously.
My god.
LED.
And they're neon, and yes, they're LEDs. And music goes, and they go with the beat.
I'm actually a member of Daft Punk.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He wears the helmet.
Yeah. Except it's neon green instead of silver or gold. Okay,
yes, I sent through my suit.
Yeah. And as you are walking up the stairs, you're waving at the gathered crowds, probably paid for by someone. And photographers are taking your photos and stuff like that. You're not exactly on the A list. You're a politician. Politicians are rarely on A lists, but you still get your time with the newsies.
DM, I just want to keep my eye on Bethany and how she reacts to different kinds of questions, how she reacts to different stimuli, such as potentially being ignored for A-listers and stuff like that. I just want to observe her behavior.
You can make your psychotherapy check.
Cool. I'm gonna buy 2 dice for this.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say I'm gonna fail.
I probably will.
Yeah, that's the plan, isn't
Don't
it?
jinx it.
I did roll 1 failure, 120, so I'm going to re-roll that with my cancel ability.
Can I just say, you're buying dice for a roll on another player. That's how deep in you are. You need rehabilitation, okay? You need to come back to us.
Hey man, I've got a job to do. Tony knows.
Yes,
Dixit?
I do.
I'm not addicted.
I have 3 successes and no natural 20s.
Oh, nice. We'll discuss the success level of that later.
Yeah.
You enter, and it's a gathering, and there's drinks all around. Several important people, and you are here fashionably, precisely, so to speak, and you can hear the little information bell that it's time to take your seating. And of course, you have a little booth of your own where you have probably some important person. Who would Bethany have a booth with together so they can do small talk during the actual opera back dealings with?
I think it would be the High Judge. I think the plan was to reconvene with her.
Okay, so you and Esther's are talking, and what do you discuss with her?
Well, of course, I try to be very charming and nice, and also discuss, not in detail, but I discussed with her that I've spent the whole day with my Ace Attorney team. We're doing shit. We're making the district so much better. Please continue to support me. All that stuff.
Don't leave me behind. I'm doing my job.
I am so good at this. Please.
At intermission, which is the main scene for this scene. There's drinks, and you've been sipping wine, I presume, a little bit, possibly champagne. Does Elliot drink anything?
No, Elliot's going to stay sharp.
Take some drugs.
Water. They help.
Water with some drugs in it. Yep.
Some sparkling apple juice.
Laura,
Pizza.
They are enjoying the opera, and you got to park the car. What are you doing?
I park the car, and then basically I'm gonna put on some sunglasses and basically muscle my way in as her official police protective person. Basically, if anyone tries to stop me going back in to rejoin Bethany, I'm just gonna pull.
So Elliot's in the background, and you are in the shadows, basically.
Yes, I am lurking and listening and watching for dodgy shit.
Hell yeah.
At the intermission, you try to, Bethany, you're trying to have conversations with all types of people, and eventually you end up with the assistant ambassador to Capital from the Brotherhood, Sheikh Bahai. And there is a picture I should show you. Oh, if I can just find it.
Well, in that picture, are they holding the gun that exactly the one that shot John Sterling? Is my
Does
question.
she have a clear pill stuck suspiciously to one portion of her clothing? Which just
Actually, no. It's in the Discord.
I will post it.
He's definitely the killer. Look how sinister this bitch is.
Hey, that's rude. Just because they're bold. Come on.
It's not the boldness.
I'm
it's
bold and I'm
the shoulder
sexy.
pads.
Yeah, it's the massive shoulder pads and the sinister
And the
robe.
face.
What do you mean? It seems like perfectly normal opera going wear.
Yeah, if you want to dress
Sure.
in a way that screams, "I'm the bad guy."
He has bombs strapped under all of this bullshit.
And at this time, Josh,
Yep.
will you take over?
What?
Miss Stevens, good evening. A pleasure. Are you enjoying the show?
Oh yes, quite nice. The mice dance beautifully at this time of year.
Yes, quite. I wanted to congratulate you on your recent appointment. How goes the governorship?
Oh, it's going. Right now I have to juggle 2 different seats of power. Eastwood? Is that the name of my district?
East Side?
East Side.
Fine, yes. East Side is not the most calm of the areas, so I do a lot to keep the peace.
Yes, we all appreciate your efforts, of course. I have heard many great things. And how goes your day-to-day activities? Anything of note in the province?
Out of character. Do I know this guy?
You have never met him in person before, but you know definitely he is the assistant ambassador to Capital from the Brotherhood. So he often talks to people in your position about problems that conflicts between the Capital as the major organization and the Brotherhood.
Mm-hmm. So he's from the Brotherhood. So I trust this guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
That sounded so sus, but okay, I'll buy.
Daria may not trust Josh at this point. That's one thing, but Bethany Stevens
but Bethany
definitely
does. Bethany does. Well,
and she is right to not.
Yeah. Well, actually, right now we're in the middle of a very big investigation, and as part of the Brotherhood, I'm sure you understand that we're doing a lot to keep the peace. Actually, we've been trying to contact Brother Pius, but he seems to be quite far away right now.
Yes, as I understand it, he is out on the front lines. Over what matter are you trying to confer with Brother Pius?
Well, I don't want to spread rumors, so please, it will stay between us, of course. But one of our colleagues, one of my political colleagues, has recently passed away in the most unfortunate of situations. And of course, we're trying to restore justice and find out what exactly happened.
Ooh.
I so don't want to tell him shit, but okay. Well...
am I there?
Yes, of course you're there.
You are indeed.
Miss Stevens, I forgot there's something really pressing that I needed to go over with you about the case. I'm so sorry, Assistant Ambassador. May I have just a few moments with you?
Oh,
as you're doing this, Elliot, as Elliot does this, you get a little tap on your shoulder, and you see another brother, less ornately dressed, and it says, sorry, sir, are you the Dr. Elliot Schmidt of Cybertronic? The head researcher for Cyberdyne on artificial intelligences?
Yes, I am.
He completely disrupts your interaction with Bethany and leads you away and starts to talk about artificial intelligence development.
Sorry, I tried, Daria.
Yeah, I know. We gotta commit to this. Well, Assistant Ambassador, it is actually John Sterling.
My goodness, what a shame. And how goes the investigation? Do you believe there's anything suspicious about the death? He was a young man, very fit and healthy.
Yes, I do suspect there's something suspicious about the death, mainly because he was shot. So
that is suspicious, yes. You were clearly well. They put the person with a keen deductive mind. Sorry, no, he doesn't. But is there anything else suspicious?
It was a very natural death by gunshot. Very natural.
I'm sorry, that moment's mine. No one steal it.
We're calling dibs now. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you.
What possible motivation would anyone have for wanting to kill John Sterling?
Well, are you aware of the quite a big scandal that happened 4 years ago
The hospital?
regarding? Yes.
And you believe that's connected?
It's really too sad that you all can't see my face because I'm smiling.
I'm sure.
You believe it's connected? Why?
Well, here's the thing.
Any assistance I
Sorry.
can provide.
Do I have not a single bit of suspicion about this guy? Like, I trust
Well,
him.
you could roll for it. You could roll for it if you want to.
I
you
think
can-
I'm gonna
you can-
roll.
Okay, make an insight.
Not because he acts so sus, although he does,
It might be
but
me.
because as a cutthroat politician, I am a bit concerned that he will take the laurels on this one and act like he solved the thing. Okay, so I wanna field him, but not like, hey, this is Josh acting very sinister, but like, hey, is he being on the level with me right now? You know?
Okay.
Can I trust him to help me and not take the fame from me, who deserves it because I'm so smart? That's a
You
fail.
figured out that someone being shot is suspicious. You are smart.
Listen, I am so smart and I'm so cool, and I rolled 2 16s, so that's a big fail.
Do a reroll. Use one of
Seems
your
legit.
cool guy points.
Okay, yes. I will.
Do you have any
roll-
chronicle points left?
I have 2 chronicle points left. I
Oh, okay.
used one, and you gave me one back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Then you can
So-
reroll both dice if you want to.
And that's insight, right?
Yes.
Can I just check if I? Okay, I'm gonna reroll both. I'm gonna use my chronicle points.
Oh, just one to re-roll both.
Yes.
Just one. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Then yes, I'm gonna use one. Okay, so that's 2 successes then. Nice.
Hey.
Well, he's definitely he knows something about this, and he's fishing for information. Absolutely, but he doesn't seem to be lying about anything.
Yeah, because he didn't say I didn't kill him. Obviously, he's not lying. Okay. What's his name? I forgot. I'm sorry.
I am Sheikh Bahai.
Mr. Bahai.
A brother, Bahai. Brother.
Does he do
brother.
the thing with the fucking
No!
finger?
Yeah, he may as well be
No,
killing his
his
mustache.
midget sidekick does.
Oh, I see. Does he also have a black cat that he's stroking?
No, it's
sinisterly?
white. It's bald,
Okay.
actually. It's bald. It's just,
Of course, it's bald.
it's,
Like he
current-
is.
it's currently in a medically induced coma.
It hissed at me and I didn't like it. Therefore, coma. Anyway, so Mr. Bahai, I honestly, I do think that I need some assistance from someone higher up in the Brotherhood as me, and there are things there that are, well, just strange to my eye, but I'm not sure this place is a good place to spill all the beans about the situation. But as a fellow brother, as part of the Brotherhood, you most surely know that, you know, this hospital has been through a lot, and there are rumors of illegal drugs, you know? Do you know anything about that?
Well, here's the question. DM, would he know anything about the illegal, like rumors of the illegal drugs? Specifically,
knows
would
what
he know
happens.
rumors?
Yeah, he would know that what happened 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And the current status of the hospital. He would lie through his ass every way he could. He knows exactly what's going on.
Okay. I knew that. Yeah. It's more like Well, I don't know of
We
any
could
new
actually-
rumors.
We've been at this for 3 hours, so I'm just gonna go and say, you did not solve the murder. We're just gonna.
And I got killed. Yes, I understand.
We're gonna do the plot reveal first.
Ah.
The plot is very. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what the story is about. John Sterling discovered the illegal drugs trade during his tenure as a board member 4 years ago, and the Brotherhood was running some basic chemical tests on psychiatric ward patients. Yeah.
Jessica
That
wouldn't
was one
have
of the-
figured it out, but I wrote it down. Psych ward and then testing drugs, question mark.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it was one of the things that was shut down 4 years ago. And recently, during the last 6 months, they've started it up again with a new drug that activates the ability to use the art, which is the magic system in Mutant Chronicles.
If I'd taken another
So,
pill, I would have gotten that ability.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, and it doesn't have any after effects at all. It's a very well designed drug. However, it's unpredictable. The effects are random. They haven't been able to determine exactly who learns what ability. So they needed a mass test to see a blind test, and that's what this is all about. They were going to use it on more than one facility, more than one hospital, to just determine who got what type of abilities. And John, stumbling upon this through his illegal drugs campaigning, basically walked into an ambush where he was terminated by the Brotherhood, and that's it. That's the whole scenario. Who killed him? The Brotherhood did.
Right.
He knew.
Well, we knew that. Like, we knew that.
Yeah. We had reached that conclusion.
Yeah.
We were looking for a specific killer.
Yeah. There isn't any, because in this kind of noir setting, the actual killer is just, a tool.
Capitalism.
Yeah. Entropy
Capitalism,
itself.
yeah.
Capitalism all along.
So, would Sheikh Bahai have determined that Bethany knows too much?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Would you like to read that funny part?
Knowing that Esther... Yes. Should Bethany Stevens mention the connection to the hospital where John Sterling served as a member of the board, BS, which I enjoy, will decide that Stevens knows too much and order her drink spiked with a slow poison that will kill her in her sleep, where revisers will pick her up and clean her apartment.
Nice. I knew I would die. I knew that.
Eduardo's survival's not looking great either.
Nope. Well, there's a psych ward waiting for him.
Jessica, get me out of here!
6'4",
Should we do
armed to the teeth.
Yeah, we should do the character reveal, and I think we should start with Bethany as being the boss.
Oh, I don't know if there's anything to reveal with me. I think everything was pretty clear. And are there any secrets?
Not really.
Yeah.
The deal with Cybertronic.
Well, I mentioned it quite a couple of times. Yes, I paid a bunch of money to get Elliot, and he made one of my employees go into coma. Good investment, and then I died. That's my life.
That was actively not my fault.
I will yelp about this, okay? I will write a yelp when I'm dead.
And that kind of naturally leads us to Elliot.
Yes, let me read my thing. Yes, protege within artificial intelligence for Cyberdyne Systems. My superiors have informed me that there's an agreement with Bethany Stevens, so I had to accept the forced assignment. Stevens openly wears Brotherhood symbols, which really grinds Schmidt's gears, who's an atheist. The Brotherhood's so-called magic abilities is just technology that Cybertronic can do better anyway. As a side mission, Elliot has been tasked to build a psychological profile of Bethany Stevens. Her future within Capital seems very bright.
Funny.
It did.
Yeah.
Past tense, you got it, yeah.
Seemed very bright until she drank
Yeah.
So
poison.
I was
let's-
expecting that to lead to me basically building an AI version of Bethany so that we could question and provide different stimulus so that we could
Ooh.
predict your behavior.
Ah, that's very interesting. The only thing that AI would do is just insult everyone. So not very useful, but cool.
Karen, tell us about Laura.
Laura, let me just grab the thingy. Sorry, I'm on
The
wrong-
real detective. The only
real
policeman that
The
we
only
had.
actual detective.
Yep.
Yes, I am an actual cop, guys. I am real cop.
Much good, very well.
You
Want
want
to
to
go
go skateboards?
skateboards?
So I was from the armed forces. I was an infantry officer before I applied for the San Dorado PD. I used to work with the intelligence division, so I am a good manipulator and infiltrator. I often work alone in the White Point district. But when I got offered a chance to work as an investigator for the East Side District Attorney, I jumped at the chance and the increased paycheck.
Capitalism at its best.
Yep.
Jessica O'Sullivan, Ardanna.
Yes, Jessica went to military academy, and but then she joined the Her Majesty's Police Force in Victoria, which is out in the Bird Belt for Imperial, and she used to work for a place called the Yard until she reported her superiors for heavy-handing questioning a subject with a heavy hand.
I see.
Yeah, so
Not good
she
for promotion.
No, and the rest of the department didn't really like that, so Jessica had to move. And she moved to San Dorado, where she heard that Capitol basically hires anyone who is willing to accept a paycheck, and ended up working for Bethany Stevens.
For
She's
exactly
currently-
one day, by the way.
She's
And now
currently
Josh, my favorite character.
Eduardo.
Eduardo. I love this guy.
Eduardo falsified his application to the San Dorado PD.
I
He
suspected.
is in no way qualified. He is super qualified, but he has, he's convinced he can do the job. He's an autodidact. He taught himself, but he has a degree in mechanical engineering. Now he is also being hunted by the Brotherhood.
What?
His family were being tracked by an inquisitor. And so in order to get them off his back, he did a pilgrimage to all the major cathedrals in the solar system.
Jesus.
And he's really worried about people finding out his falsified application. Which is
Yeah.
why when Bethany was hovering over his shoulder, like seeing how good he was, here, I can
Yeah.
help you, you got this. He's like, fuck!
Wait, why was his family being audited
I'm
so
uncertain.
heavily by?
Yeah, that was it's one of those things that just happens. Sometimes the Inquisition.
I know about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah. And yeah.
almost like the real Inquisition.
Yeah. The Brother of the
But yeah, he
Inquisition
was-
has.
The big thing I got from it was he's desperate to prove he can do the thing, which is why he's up for
Aw.
most things. Like, I'll help,
Yep.
I'll help, I'll eat the drug.
Yeah.
So as a result, we are dead.
Yeah.
Hi, Josh.
Speak for
I'm dead.
yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Coma.
I'm in a coma.
Probably wishes he was dead.
Yeah, look. I just get to have more of the drugs, I think. I go into the psych ward, I take some more
Yay.
of the drugs, which means I get the ability to tell the mystic skims the surface of the target's mind, allowing him to spot when a target is lying. I can basically just truth detector.
That's
Nice.
super helpful.
Inside the ward where you can't leave. Cool.
Yeah, I mean...
And meanwhile, you have a 6'4" bloodhound just stalking the hallways looking for.
Well, yeah,
Eduardo.
if you'd seen me even once, I'd been like, hey, I didn't... It's all good. I'm awake and fine, and we should leave. Maybe the guns and the badge. Is Bethany okay? I hope so.
Bethany's died.
Yes, Brendan.
Can I ask what would have happened if Elliot had taken the drug?
Nothing.
Oh.
That's the problem. You basically get the diarrhea. That's it.
That's not
Right.
nothing. That's not nothing.
yeah,
That's a
that's-
serious
It's
result.
like, that's not a side effect, that's an effect.
If a cybertronic person takes the drug, the body will just try to flush it as fast as possible due to your other drug, Accelerate.
Yeah.
It will try to keep you as healthy as fast as possible.
Yeah.
And
fair.
it's technically a mild poison, one assumes.
Well, anything, even regular food, is technically poison for us. But that's the scenario, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. Thank you.
Yeah.
How do we all get out of this one alive? Like,
We don't.
Well,
We don't.
basically, you don't because Eduardo has the best options here. He can basically join the Brotherhood, start training with the Brotherhood, and learn the arts, and become a brother. And he will end up in the front lines where he will probably die, but he still has a chance to survive. Laura, Elliot, and Jessica, they know a lot that the Brotherhood really don't want people to know. So they are
I'm getting
basically
shanked in
walking
an
around
alley
with thoughts.
sometime soon.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm requesting a transfer back to Cyberopolis ASAP.
Today. I need to
Yeah,
leave.
well, yeah. It might not be overnight, but your boss will disappear in the morning, and you're okay. Where is she? Who's in charge? So that would make a giant problem for the three remaining investigators. One having Eduardo gone basically in the medical ward. Who's in charge of the three of you? And what are you going to do with the rest of the investigation, which actually won't lead anywhere anymore because it's the Brotherhood. What do we do now?
We can't do anything. They're too powerful.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. It's like so United States murdered someone. I can't really put United States.
Yeah. Like that's the thing I was struggling with this whole time, because like, what's the end game? What are we trying to reach? We knew it was like connected to Brotherhood. Like we knew that. All we're like these 3 sessions, I think we're all trying to figure out who like is the person who ordered the hit, which does not mean anything in this structure.
Yeah.
So I don't really know where would have we gotten. Like, what's the ideal ending for us?
Yeah.
It would end up with an end report. So case unsolved. That's it.
Right.
So when you said I ran this and no one got the answer, like there is no answer.
The
Well, there
limit
is
does
an
not
answer,
exist.
Yeah, the answer is that you can't really solve this because it's too big. That's the problem. And the players might realize this and just, okay, we're just going to burn all the evidence and everything and forget about it. And then we might survive. Just realize that, okay, this is...
But that's not a
touched
good
something
story. We're gonna say no,
but
and
the
not
cool
do
story
it.
here, the cool story here isn't the end game here. The cool story is here. Okay, we have five very interesting people gathering and trying to solve a murder. That's the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although Elliot will probably, like, when he realizes that Bethany is gone, he will hear like a knock on his door. He opens the door, it's like a set of new beautiful shoes on the floor. Sinister music plays.
These ones are like red pumps.
You did get, but you did get a lot further than everybody else. On the other hand, we have spent
9 hours.
Yeah.
I think more like 10, but yeah.
It's fun. It was fun.
And on that note, shall we do a quick round of favourite moments and then move it along, because it is quite late here in Australia and quite hot there in Sweden.
Yes.
And I don't know what it's like
It's
in
up to
Russia. Probably
33
cold.
now.
Yeah, probably hot as well. I
okay.
have a fan going.
Wow. Alrighty. So,
You're on fire, Josh.
Yeah, great. Russia is sort of in Europe.
Well,
I'm not sure the bit of
Part of it
Russia
is.
that Daria's in is.
yeah, sure.
Alrighty. Well, speaking of Daria, let's do favorite Bethany moments first then. Favorite Bethany moments, everybody. What do we think?
My favorite
Nothing.
was she determined that she was going to visit the cathedral, the restaurant, the cathedral, the armory, and the hospital in her opera gown.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was really good.
I really
Do I
like.
die in my opera gown?
Yes, obviously.
No, wouldn't it be pajamas if she dies during the night?
Oh, a silk like wrap, a beautiful sheet mask on the face,
Yeah.
Gucci slippers, yes.
Yeah. I really enjoyed the whininess of, do I have to give you the thing? Do I have to give you the gun license? Oh, you want to be legal? Oh, just say it's me. It's fine. Oh, I have to sign a piece of paper. You're so whiny. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
I really, and I said I was going to claim this one, but the conclusion that he probably was some form of demise that might have had something to have done with the gun.
That was pretty good.
Yes.
I also
But slightly suspicious with a hole in his head.
Yes.
I love the phone calls to the Brotherhood on the different numbers. So she gets the first time she's like, well, I'm not talking to her.
Yeah.
I'm too important for this.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to receptionist. I want the direct line.
Daria's great for good one-liners, and I didn't write most of them down, but I did write down, I think it was in reference to finding out Eduardo was put into a coma. I think it was, oh well, sad. Anyway, moving on.
He's remorseful or whatever. What the fuck was the name
He's
of her
probably been
trait?
found in a ditch after he took more
Remorseless.
drugs.
Yes.
This
she's
massive
remorseless.
rat. I'm just like, the fuck?
But I also liked there was a little bit of like buddying up going on with Elliot and Bethany, which was kind of fun. Elliot isn't quite in Bethany's league in terms of wealth and fame, but she's the closest that he's got. So that was fun watching that little dynamic play out.
For me, I just loved knowing that I'm about to kill myself by talking to this sinister ass guy and just going in it and enjoying every moment. Because, like, of course, why wouldn't I?
Cool. Alrighty. Well, Tony? Oh, no, I think we've had a Tony moment. Yeah, alrighty. Well, let's talk about somebody else then. Let's talk about Jessica. Let's talk about Ardanna. Music. I'm going to have that
I
rock
love
music
the
with the
mental
whole
image.
music.
I love the mental image of her like storming the psychic ward with the guns out on the one woman mission to bring Eduardo back. I think that was very fun.
I
Will
like
she die
that.
there? Probably. But, you know.
I like that because it was like, yeah, I felt like I had Eduardo and Jessica had a bit of a bond as well. Like, yeah, it felt like mutual ribbing. It was like, we've known each other under a day, but we feel like you and I are both like, we take the piss out of each other a bit already. Like, we're very different, but yeah, you're the one, like, I was like, I could shoot Jessica. After the conversation about, like, if you shoot me, I will kill you. Yeah.
No, she would lock him in the interrogation room.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that. That interaction was my favorite.
Thank you.
At least one of the, if you shoot me again. I've had that conversation a few times.
I never found out how combat works in this system.
I since this was supposed to be a convention one shot, I refrained from going to combat. Combat can be very detailed in this system and take the whole session if you want. It depends a little bit on what type of combat you end up in. If you're just mowing down hordes of undead legionnaires, a lot of the imaging and the art in the book is about that type of combat. You're standing on top of a heap of dead bodies with a machine gun and just keep going. The other combat is where you have tactical combat and you're diving behind the benches and all that, and that can be quite interesting combat scenes as well, but they take time. And I wanted to focus the scenario on the investigation and the characters and character interaction. Oh, he's so cute.
My cat is just sitting with his tail in his water bowl.
It's hot.
Understandable. Mine is behind me on the sofa, meowing because it's time to feed, damn it.
I'm hungry.
Oh, she's sitting in front of that thing again.
I liked the image of Jessica sneaking into the back of the pharmacy and rifling through
that was good.
drawers
That
of
was cool.
pills.
I was kind of expecting that you were going to start stealing drugs while she was doing it, but no. Let Laura talk, and I'll just snoop around.
Yeah.
I mean,
good.
I mean, she is cautious. She's not about to steal stuff when it's very suspicious that she's going to steal stuff.
Also, she's got some on order from an old lady.
Yeah.
Waiting
Jessica
for her
is too pure for this team.
It really is.
Actually, I can hold on. I'll show you a picture about the yard where she is. Hold on. I'll see if I can find it quickly here.
Well, as you do we have all the Jessica moments?
I think so. Jessica, self moment?
Yeah. My favorite self moment, I think. I'm blanking right now.
I like the phone call as well. The phone call
that's what
back
I was
to
the phone call was So
he's in a coma.
Yeah, the phone call by saying like, yeah, I found him. He's in a coma. Yes, medical induced. Yes, I don't know what that means. I'm not a medical professional, but yeah, he's here. I'll be here. I'm just gonna be Spectre in the back of the ER, scaring the life out of people, probably.
Doctor comes out to give you an update. Just this huge woman with weapons just standing there.
Like shotgun strapped to her back.
Is my friend
Revolver
still alive?
on her hip. Yeah, like.
Oh, another quick
No,
one
she
as well. When Eduardo goes, shotgun, you're like, oh, yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got one.
got one,
Yard
yeah.
detective route. Yeah, okay. Detective.
Well, she
Alrighty.
has a badge now.
Yeah.
Does have a badge now.
He's legit. All right, well, shall we talk about somebody else? Seeing as we've done the other two ladies, let's talk about Karen. Favorite Karen moments, everybody. Favorite Laura moments.
As always, I am enjoying the enthusiasm of Laura to go and beat the shit out of people and get information out of them. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna intimidate them, I'm gonna break their thumbs. I'm like, whoa. Okay, Karen had a big day at work, I see. All right.
And then on the other end of the spectrum, she listens quietly to how you order drugs.
That was mine also.
Just watching this enormous woman just wandering around in the shelves behind. It's like, So the prescription needs to be signed off by a doctor from the hospital.
Also, when she quietly just agreed with herself, I'm the one that's driving the limousine now that everybody else is gone. Because Elliot and Bethany would never do this. Of course I am.
Look at these two posh motherfuckers. Oh, I guess I'm driving.
Yeah.
I was actually very relieved because that was definitely what I was picking up. I was like, oh, I don't want to like be classist, but like smoking the Elliot. And we all kind of said simultaneously, Laura. So I was very happy that we're all on the same page.
I just love anytime Laura's on the phone. Just anytime Laura's on the phone. It's just amazing.
Leaving Bethany's poor assistant on the hook while talking about everybody else.
Yes.
That was pretty good.
She's been on the phone for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they're still talking to me. Just hold on. No, seriously.
Cast Exposition, thank you for the follow. That's what we're doing now. Yeah, Cast Exposition.
Yes.
Any other favorite Karen moments? Karen, favorite self moment?
I was pretty freaking proud of myself for realizing that giving the assistant's number when the assistant was right there was a message. Yeah. Because like when she said, well, I didn't call at all, like I'm just like, so someone else called and left that number.
That's the bit of the mystery I wanted to have figured out. It's the
who called the restaurant?
Who called him, and like that he must have known. He must have had some prearranged stuff with.
Yeah,
and
that's one of his contacts within the Brotherhood, who turns out to be the same person that kills him.
Right. Okay. And it wasn't Brother Pius.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't his cousin.
There's no name for this person, I suppose, right?
Okay.
It's just a brother.
Okay. Well,
Brother.
Brendan, favorite moments of Brendan, I think. Favorite Elliot moments. I'm gonna go first because I really liked Elliot trying to save Bethany. I thought it was it was smoothly done. Yes, unfortunately, Tony had written in the sheet, don't worry, this guy has offsiders who will prevent anyone getting to have this.
Yes. Yeah, Elliot is surprisingly a caring dude. He tried to help. Although I did love this one moment where we all discussing the plan for the hospital, and you're basically agreeing with Eduardo's agreeing with Elliot, and Elliot like, hold on. Let me finish. It's so like, no. The peasants will wait until I'm done speaking. It's very nice.
I think my favorite. I had it. It's too warm here. It's 34 degrees now, and I'm dying. At the hospital when you were talking to.
Director.
Natalie
Davis.
Yeah, the director. It was more of a Brendan moment than an Elliot, but just that to the screen. Just that small bit just made me crack up. It was so good. And like I could see Elliot doing that in his mind. Not absolutely not outwardly, but just like
No, the lenses in his eyes zoomed in.
Yeah.
Though.
Yes.
Yeah,
My
the
favorite
AI
moment
personality
tonight.
in my head was doing that.
Yeah.
But my favorite Elliot moment tonight was how he described his tuxedo. Oh, it's got Tron lines. I love that. That was so good.
I did enjoy how we get a little bit of Elliot softer side when he's like, well, should we go back and get, like, Eduardo? And they're just like, no, we'll go to the opera. He'll be fine.
My fault.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, I indirectly caused this. Should we fix it? No.
Yes. But also the audacity at which he says, "Oh, okay, he's in a coma, but the plan was to figure out how they would react. So if you think about it."
So, good idea, me. Well done, me. Excellent. Let's carry on.
Yes.
What a good job I did.
There was a bit of guilt about that, but he also was really keen to go to the opera and was delighted to have been invited. So he was glad that he got to do that instead.
Yes, I inadvertently caused somebody, a co-worker, to be in a coma, but I do want to see Deflatormouse. I hear the lead is
No,
excellent.
it has nothing to do with the opera. It's all about watching Bethany in her element.
Yeah.
My favorite moment was, in fact, before I do that, I want to shout out, I forgot before, but Ardanna, I really liked the moment, the phone conversation between Jessica and Elliot, where we found out about the coma. That was cool. But yeah, my favorite self moment was probably realizing, hey, we can Eduardo present as a patient, because we were all kind of like not really sure about, we had conflicting ideas about who should be doing what, and then we were kind of straightening out, and then just had that aha moment where everyone seemed on board to be like, oh yeah,
that
great,
was a good
this
idea.
is yeah. And look, it was successful in a way.
If we hadn't had so many dark symmetry points.
I wonder why
Look,
You mad bastards hadn't kept buying dice.
Oh, it's us now.
Yeah, I
huh?
bought one dice this entire session. Only
I'm
made
so
one
glad this
check
didn't
this
happen
entire-
last time or the first time.
Yeah.
Yep. Like once at least, this actually, like, this greedy buying of dice did something against us.
Anyway, cool. Well, we should probably talk about Tony moments. Favorite Tony moments.
Can I just say I love that when Tony said that I'm way too dumb to understand what's going on. I love that for me.
I still apologize for that.
No, it was so funny. Like, it was very funny. I enjoyed it.
I like the gentle prompting of, you might want to make this check. Like, just generally, I thought you DM'd a group of people who'd never played this system before really, really well across all 3 sessions. Yeah, you had a bunch of people who don't really know what the heck they're doing. And yeah, you did a really great job of that.
Oh, yeah, on that note, I really like that you said, like, we are thinking of, like, using the momentum shit, but we don't know how. And you say, I will allow you to use all 3 to like, make this as quick as possible. So you're like saying it as if we're asking this specific smart thing, which we're totally not. But you're making it seem like, oh yeah, they understand what they're doing, and I'm saying yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I liked the masterful interception of my attempted interception to save Bethany.
Yep, checkmate.
Yeah, that whole moment was really tense and really interesting, of like Daria out of character knowing I shouldn't be saying this, but in character I need to be, and me being like, well, surely Elliot's there, right? And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna swoop in and save her, and then you, without even thinking, intercepting me was very smooth.
That was the moment I knew I was dying. That right there.
Oh, I can't.
I had that. I remember back. It was kind of. I knew that someone would probably try to save Bethany from herself, if you want. And I had a few ideas on how to do that, depending on who of you would try to intervene.
For Elliot, you literally just had to say his name and he was there, so...
Yeah. Oh, someone wants to talk to me now.
Karen, thoughts?
Yeah.
Ardanna?
This is a weird favorite. I love the pride in your voice whenever we kind of realize we worked out a clue. Just the way you said, "You've got it," like you didn't, like not those words, just the way you would speak after we had worked something out.
Yeah.
You just sounded like a proud father.
Yes.
Oh
The
my
manner
God.
of a teacher when their least exciting student finally manages to make the math right.
Least exciting student. That's a read. Poor child, whoever you describe like that.
Oh, I've been that.
I had a vivid mental image of exactly the child I'm referring to. Yes,
I know.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have complained about her more than once to you.
Hi, I'm still here. Hello.
No, sorry, we didn't think you would be cerebral enough to understand that reference.
That will never stop being
sure.
funny.
Yes, that will be coming up in months from now.
Oh yeah, it will not stop
Yeah.
being funny.
We'll remember that on Dan's birthday. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every day.
I think my favorite DM moment was like putting, and this is gonna sound weird, but putting a stop to our shenanigans in ways that didn't feel like railroading.
Yeah.
It is my favorite, and it's been for all 3 sessions because knowing myself and having played once now with this group, we are very good at shenanigans and tangents, and but yeah, putting a stop to that and just no, this is a tangent this way without it actually feeling like being railroaded.
Just to add on to that, I actually like, Tony, how you have, like, when we've kind of been floundering, you've given us a little bit of hints about things to discuss. And then at the points like that, like Karen mentioned, when someone has said the right thing and then someone else goes to say, oh, no. And you're like, no, yes, Karen said the thing. Let's move on now. There's no more information to be had in this scene. Knowing that if you didn't move us on, we'd go to a 4th part. So
Which we don't have time for.
I appreciated that.
Yes.
Would be very thorough real-life investigators.
Oh,
yes. And we
That
would
was-
die, obviously.
that was my favorite. That would
100%.
be my favorite group moment. Was I thought we actually did a reasonably good job of doing this thing that none of us actually know how to do.
And we did that with good understanding of who would be good at what. Like,
Yeah.
I think we decided on the roles quite well.
I've got to say there was a lot of pressure when, like, Daria would say, okay, Elliot, what are the theories? Because I paid a lot for you, and Brendan, being a big Dumbo, is having a hard time trying to play this incredibly intelligent person. I'm like, and just improvising and speaking out my ass until someone makes a better suggestion, and then I pretend that was my idea the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
sure.
first ever D&D character, I made like a military like commander who's like really good at battle tactics and stuff. And the DM would ask, well, what would be your battle plan for this? I'm like, I don't know.
Fucking no. She's good at this. I'm not.
Military? Take me.
Well, my first ever D&D character had an 18 intelligence, and I'm at most of 13 on a good day. So,
I feel that.
Go on.
On the day when it's not plus 34. Yeah, I
Yes.
understand.
Yes, absolutely. Right now,
Tony-
I'm working on an 8.
Let's bring this to a middle and ask Tony his favorite self moment.
Yes.
The moment when I sat down and wrote Eduardo Agnelli.
Aw. Look who is
I
the
mean-
Fun.
teacher's pet.
No. Not the way I portrayed him. The writing
No, what-
himself.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I needed a guy that could give comedy to this. And Josh did a great job. And the other groups, each person that played Eduardo, they just got it. This is the comic relief guy. This is the guy that will, even if they are, knee deep in excrements or whatever, he will have funny things to say about this. And I'm kind of proud of Eduardo. I love it. Yeah, I love that tune. That Josh got him. That was more of a coincidence. No, it's seriously. When you guys said that you wanted me to just hand the characters out, I just handed the characters out, and Josh ended up with Eduardo. Otherwise, I had in back of my mind that Josh might play Bethany or Elliot as a group leader.
Also would be interesting.
Yeah.
Can I say though, my favorite Josh moment
Damn
was playing the fucking
You almost
sinister
got us.
ass brother. Like, come on. Like, I the second you started speaking, I'm like, oh yeah, he's killing me.
This is the evil man.
This is the bad
The evil
guy.
guy. And like, I just saw how much joy you took out of like, and what have you found? Like, that was so juicy.
Yeah, that was my favorite Josh moment too. Was the surprise cameo of the mustache twirling villain. It was great.
I actually love my favorite Josh moment was the look on Josh's face when he read what
I was like,
Tony had sent him.
Yes.
Can I read exactly what was said?
Please do. I would love
Yeah,
to.
yeah,
know.
Absolutely.
So you end up in intensive care with dialysis and a medical-induced coma for the rest of the game. And I'm like,
Your face was priceless. It was
I was
amazing.
like, well, glad they're going to the opera, so I get to continue being in it.
I loved your face when I said, okay, well, we'll go to the opera. And you're like, is no one going to look for me?
It's like, wow, I really thought some of them liked me a bit more than that.
Laura just thinks you can handle yourself, Eduardo. She's like,
Yeah, we
thanks,
trust
Laura.
you.
And also,
like,
Eduardo,
No, you don't. Because then I heard the thing that she said next.
Eduardo, you're not going anywhere. Opera is ending in 2 hours, okay? You'll be there in coma.
I believe Bethany said that in character. Actually, that was
Yes, that was definitely in Bethany. Yeah.
My favorite Josh moment was when he described his entering the emergency room on foot, and I realized, okay, I can just take him out of the group. Thank you. I can just end his storyline right here.
I was
That
like,
was
I would have said like I got that, like when you said I'm using dark symmetry points, I was like, right, okay, this isn't something I can really fight. Because I would have said, well, hang on, I've got a badge. As soon as they started hooking me up to machines, I would have gone like, well, wait, no, actually, I'm a police officer, and that's all a scam! I just want to see how you'd react. Ah, gotcha, motherfucker. But no, so I'm actually going to lead in with my favorite moment was not doing that. Was going like, okay, no, this is what serves the story. This is the story the DM is telling, and because I'm obviously normally a DM, it's hard to turn that off and turn off the control. And so yeah, the urge was there, but I resisted. And I'm a little bit proud of myself for not in any way trying. I was like, no, go with it. Yeah.
To tack on, because someone tried to skip getting praised, the driver's cap. Just that
was
little
good.
moment. That was just so beautiful. Like he's in his coveralls and that pristine driver's cap. It's just.
I feel like it was left there by the previous driver.
Yeah.
And you know Laura just picked it up and threw it in the footwell.
Yeah. Hey, Crazy Willy, thanks for the biddies.
But yeah.
Yes. Cool. Alrighty. Well, we should probably go away from here. Thank you for my favorite moment. And yes, we should probably go away from here now. So, yeah. Yes, Crazy Willy. Tony has been our special guest DM for the last 3 weeks for this one shot.
One shot.
Yes, increasingly poorly named one shot. So we would probably best go away from here now, but we need to tell everybody who the heck everybody is first. So, reverse order. Tony, who the heck are you?
I am the fat little bastard in Sweden who has been GMing this game for you. And I had a pleasure, and I want to thank the players for their time and the audience for allowing me to do this for the first time on stream. Well, third time now, but it was supposed to be
the first story.
One shot. Yeah. Thank you.
Excellent. Yes, thank you very much. Ardanna.
I'm Ardanna. I'm a variety streamer from Sweden. Well, variety is a bit in question since lately it's been D&D and Minecraft. So
Two things. That's variety. They're quite different.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing Minecraft Dungeons, which you shouldn't ever.
Oh, run a D&D campaign where everything is cubes. It's all Minecraft.
Well, I was thinking about creating a D&D campaign for my Minecraft server with quests and stuff, but I haven't done that yet because I get stuck digging holes. Well, I don't mind the effort. I do run 4 campaigns. So.
That's true. Yeah.
Speaking of which, Josh is going to be on my channel on Friday for as a guest appearance in my In Between campaign with myself, Sir Terz, and Josh.
Yes, very excited. And yes, I will be playing a Copper Dragonborn named Ada. Well, it's Ada a little bit longer than that, actually. Ada is what I can remember. And it's a cool... I'm playing 1 level Barbarian, 2 level Sorcerer.
Nice.
Which is an interesting class mix. And I was like, I'm curious to see how this is going to work. And I'll give I won't give anything more about it, I don't think. She is related to another character from another one-shot that I have run. She is in my own headcanon. It may not be relevant at all, but in my own headcanon, she is in some way related to Lady Sarah and Shala. Yeah, the Joshverse. Alrighty, well, then I believe it was Karen next. Karen, who the absolute heck are you?
Hi, I'm Karen. I am a performer and writer. You can follow me on the Twitter at Mother O Bunnies, or you can follow my sassy burlesque alter ego Miss Lollamore on Instagram. There is currently a little clip of me burning my clothes off with a fire point to Taylor Swift.
I tried my best, Karen, to find it. Can you link it for me? Because I tried. I put so much into it.
I'll put a link in the Discord.
Woman immolates self for entertainment of public.
I really will. I suppose I'm talking about it so much because I'm quite proud because I had COVID 3 weeks ago. I still get out of breath really easily. And I was super worried about the act because the dress rehearsal did not go well. And I'm upstairs going...
The bra didn't come off in the dress rehearsal.
And yeah, it had like a little thread thing, and you put the fire against it, and it just pops off, and it just.
I can't imagine that would be great for your asthma either.
Well,
no, it's smokeless.
It's smokeless fuel. So you use smokeless fuel, so it doesn't actually have any smoke, which is sick if, like me, you don't breathe well. So yeah, I was worried that I was gonna like stop breathing or fuck it up horribly, and I did neither of those things. So I'm very proud.
Nice.
But if you like more D&D content, I'm sure I'll be doing something on Corsair's Cove soon. I don't have anything officially lined up. We need to bring Mano a Mano back.
We're bringing Mano a Mano back to Thursday nights.
Yes.
In the short term, not necessarily next week, but the week after, quite possibly. And next week we might be doing in a couple of weeks' time we will do a table talks for the Monsters and Magic crew. Either on Wednesday or Thursday. We are uncertain about that. I don't think Brenda can do Thursday, so it'll probably be Wednesday. Beyond that, we'll probably start a mano a mano. I actually want to play Last Shooting with Karen.
Play what, sorry?
Last Shooting. It's the game Brendan and I played. But yeah, it's really good, and I think you'd be really good at it.
Cool. Well, we might do that.
Yeah.
But if you need more of my beautiful, sensual voice to tide you over until that happens, you can go and listen to the D&D podcast, There Be Dragons, where I play Ryland Westfall, a badass dragonborn warrior with a giant axe and a little chip on her shoulder.
About being stabbed repeatedly. Brendan.
She's been stabbed so much. She's just really upset about it.
That's really hard.
Brendan, you catabatic mofo, who the absolute heck are you?
I'm Brendan Ellis. I'm an actor and director here in Perth. What else can I talk about? What I'm watching? Lucifer is okay. I'm waiting for it to get better. I would like to thank Tony again for doing a great job. I have a lot of fun exploring other tabletop systems, so that has been really cool, and I would like to, if we can do these one-shot Wednesdays to explore other systems, I think would be pretty neat.
That is my intention.
Yeah. Otherwise, where can you see me next here on Corsair's Cove? I don't know. Probably a Table Talks at some point, and then ? If you want to see more, then complain and say, I want to see more Brendan.
Write angry all caps messages. Brendan!
We'll start a petition. More Brendan. Less Josh, more Brendan.
Let us know. There's room for both of us.
That escalated rapidly.
Yeah.
Don't you every time say, if you think I need to tone down my face, that's in your thing that you say all the time.
Doesn't mean I'm not going to be here, I just have less face.
I see.
Daria, who the fuck are you?
Well, that was aggressive. Who the fuck am I?
I'll turn my face down while Daria tells us who the heck she is.
No, please leave it be. It's a good face. I almost recognize it every time now. But what?
In a lineup?
Very bloodshot eyes, clearly a lot of...
Anyway, I'm Daria. I play different tabletop games here and on the Eldritch Scribe Twitch channel, where Josh will be soon, by the way, too. That's amazing and exciting for us. I'm not going to be there, but I will be watching and judging, probably. I am also an artist.
Is it okay
you can
if I bring
find
my
my
face?
Yes, I accept. You can. Just this once, you can bring. It's your +1.
Okay.
Anyway, I do art, and you can see it on this channel or on Twitter, where I also post stuff and cry, and that's about it.
Why do you cry on Twitter? I mean, no one should be on Twitter.
Oh well, I cry because I draw stuff that takes me literal days of hours, and then I'm like, I hate drawing. Anyway, move on to the next one, and I start again.
All right, and Madame and Monsieur,
we should play more traumatic D&D and get more tears on stream.
Right.
Yeah.
That's.
I can actually try on command. I haven't had the opportunity here, but
Noted. Yeah,
I
Bethany
will.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Bethany doesn't. And Madame and Monsieur, Dama und Herren and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I be Josh the Pirate. I have a face. It's here on Corsair's Cove, and it's unfortunately just something Daria's going to have to live with. And you can find it here a lot, along with my voice and other bits of me, where I run D&D using my face and voice. And sometimes I get other people to run D&D, and I just sit here and make silly faces with my face and play games. Karen is also here. Sometimes she DMs as well. And if you like the majestic voice, but you think the face can just fuck right off, then you can go and check out the podcast There Be Dragons, where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Skern Felspar und his little dragon Rosh with only my voice. Yeah, if you're prepared to stand the face a little bit more, it'll be over on Ardanna in a couple of days' time, and it'll be over on Eldritch Scribe in 4 days' time.
You cannot let this one go, huh?
The thing with the face, Josh, is it only really appeals to the cerebral people.
That's true.
That is true. And I'm just not cerebral enough, okay?
The thing is, I've got a lot of cerebral. It's a very large face.
Oh, I see. I'm just scared
It's
of all the brain.
intimidating.
Yeah, there's too much face for you, and a lot of it's got cerebellum in it. Okay. Well, Karen, tell me about the Ukrainian people.
I always feel bad when we launch into this bit straight out of whatever crazy shit we've been talking about. Because it's really sad,
It's
guys.
important,
What's happening in Ukraine is fucking awful. And if you feel like helping the Ukrainian people in a small way that we can, not being in Ukraine, or if you are in Ukraine, I really hope you're getting some help. But the Emergency Action Appeal, there's the link in chat. It is a group of Australian not-for-profits and charities that are banded together for the specific purpose of raising funds to support Ukrainian refugees. They've raised over $4 million, but there are more than 4 million Ukrainian refugees at this stage in the conflict. So every little helps. If you can fling a few dollars their way, they will accept it very gratefully. And hopefully they won't need it soon. That would be nice. Let's hope for that.
Yeah. I put the links to all of our socials in chat, and the last thing we need to talk about is Wootenforge. Wootenforge are an amazing tabletop roleplay company that make beautiful gaming paraphernalia out of Australian and exotic hardwoods. They laser engrave shit. It can be done custom. Jack has got one of their dice screens, and it's gorgeous. Yes, there is something very special in the works for another good friend of mine, but I don't think it's been announced yet, so I can't say anything else. It's very exciting, though. And so, yes, I think we should probably go away from here now. And I think it would be appropriate to raid the Eldritch Scribe. We can take my face over there. And I imagine
they are actually world building Knights of the Hell, which sounds badass.
Yeah. It's a high-level game we would be playing on Sunday. We're playing level 15 characters. I'm going to be a 9 and 6 Pally Bard. I'm taking it back to and a Genasi as well. Brendan may remember this sort of thing. Earth Genasi this time, though. Earth Genasi. Alrighty, so we're going to line that raid up now. I will play an ad just before, and then we will smack Des up with that raid. So please, throw your favorite raid emotes up in chat. Chaotic Platypus, thank you very much for joining us. I always love it. You come in at the end and say, thanks very much. I was like, I love just seeing Chaotic Platypus. He's always been there. Yes, throw your favorite raid emotes up in chat. Tell Des where you came from. Show him the love like we always do. And we will see you same bat time, different bat day, same bat channel, for back on Monday for more Humblewood. Ardanna, it is the same starting time on Friday, is it not?
It's 12 noon Central European time, so we would be 1 hour early, I think. 6 p.m. AWST.
Yeah. So an hour earlier than this game traditionally, technically, theoretically, ideally starts. Already, cool. Well, that'll be the next place to see some of us will be there on Ardanna's channel on Friday. So say goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.